Oh, I didn't actually finish writing my whole journal section thing.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's too bad. Yeah. Anyway, so
uh,
yeah, go ahead if you want to go ahead and summarize. We're already rolling.
all right. So first session, we've been deployed to the nation of Scythia, which is not Russia. Aboard a train carrying supplies for the front and the 155th Company. We are attached to the 767 Squad, along with your fellow mages. We're in a collective bunch, but we're getting along well. Let's see, coming from all walks of life. Actually, I'm just going to read this verbatim from my journal.
Go for it.
Coming from all walks in life, we have much to learn about each other, and hopefully soon we'll have a bond stronger than the storage field at my family's boundaries. I'll speak of them a later time. Unfortunately, we are all not happy to be here. The captain is itching to be fighting the good fight, and many of the standard company would rather be anywhere than here. It's only to be expected. This isn't the straight-up combat that many of them were trained for, not to mention that even our allies are questionable at best. The cold is biting to be sure, but the thick clothing seems to blunt the cold at least. I am very envious of fire mages. Our mission here seems to focus on three things in particular. 1. Protect the train and the supplies it's carrying. 2. Protect any ally mages we find and offer them our full support if they would like to defect to the federal states. 3. Report and or apprehend malefic harm in the area, as well as investigate any reports of black magic. Already we have had a run-in with the Whites, and without some swift words from Felix, a fellow mage gifted in earth magic and a giant food, as well as the captain, we may have had a fight on our hands. It seems they wanted our supplies for taxation purposes, the Gaul. I'll skip that section. We have not seen full combat, but we have seen its effects already. Along the rails was the most gruesome sight. Men, women, and children by the dozens, impaled in full view. I believe the sight will haunt me for months to come, and I must confess that the sight of it was so jarring I ended up firing my weapon in pure instinctive horror.
Fear tests are
Facing
bad,
death in the trenches is one thing, but this was an image only the enemy could love. Rumor and conjecture says that there are barbarian groups that are doing it, but unfortunately, as it doesn't seem to relate it to black magic at this time, the captain has said we will not investigate further. We stopped to properly remove the bodies and set up fire. It was the best we could do for them, as well as clear the black mana. I myself consumed half our rum stores and had to replace it with the local vodka out of my own pocket. The men seemed thankful for reviving their spirits, at the very least. It would seem that all the local villages have either been destroyed or evacuated. We've also had a couple other incidents. There was some debris blocking our road, and our squad demolition expert wanted to use a satchel charge to clear everything. Thankfully, I was able to talk him out of it. The blast might have had unforeseen consequences, at least being damage to the rail's more sensitive parts. At another stop, there was a fight that might have gone out of control. I had hoped to break it up peacefully, but I was informed that my family was insulted and punched a mouth that dares utter such poisonous words. Might have spiraled out of control there, but luckily I had the support of Felix and our demolitionist Bailey. Skip that section.
The sections you're skipping the parts where you failed rolls and came to realize that you were just in Siberia?
The what?
I said, is the parts where you're skipping where you failed skill checks and then were like, you were in Siberia?
I'll add them. I remember because that was like, I remember like that happened like 3 specific times. I'm in Siberia. Oh yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. Speaking of dangerous, there are words of a red witch finder in the area. It would behoove us to stay out of sight of such a person. My investigations into local spirits have not turned up anything significant. Most of the spirits are moving. Most of the spirits are moving as usual, although there have been some unrest among areas where there are combat. An investigation into the surrounding area has turned up a village of note where have there been several rumors of strange happenings. According to the intel, it is called Sparodar, and it is within White Scythian territory. It survives on staples of forestry, hunting, fishing, as well as farming. Of course, winter has put a hamper on much of that. But they also have a mining operation. I am told that they mine pitchblende, tin, and coal, all of which can be found there. More interesting is that a water ley line runs through the area, and the spirit named Baikal resides there at a natural mana font in a wellspring. I will definitely relish a chance to speak with them. The captain is having us explore the village and learn what we can of the area. We leave in the morning. I hope all goes well. The sound of wolves howling is an ominous sign, to say the least. Let's see here. I didn't get much into the next day, but let's see here. Our journey to the village started off adventurous enough, seeing we were attacked by dire wolves along the route. We dispatched them easily enough, but their presence makes for ill tidings. We made good time in our striker units, although I fear it may have been a contributing factor while the villagers ran for cover of their homes as soon as they spotted us. Luckily, they had a proper church, and the priest's English was well enough of our mission, and he told us of what strange occurrences he knew of. Now, after all that, it's just all bullet points and here.
You guys got shot in the woods a lot.
The what?
You got shot in the woods a lot.
Yeah. Yep. We got shot in the woods a lot by Reds. I spent an hour crafting a fucking ritualizing a ramp down into the mana font. Some of the strange things that happened was that the Water's Blessing has come off a month early, although the village has not been able to bring their local offerings to the spirit. There have been people going missing in the woods, usually like young women and people to spare. The weather has been unusual for the season. Various lights in the woods, missing women, like a woman at night. A few towns over, there was an accident in the mine, caused a lot of injury and death. As I said, I didn't want to fucking climb down into a wet hole, so I crafted a frickin'
You made
ramp.
the cave grotto handicap accessible?
Yeah, I did. But the village is gonna be happy with it.
This was also one of the times where you guys were like, "We are in Siberia," because I think both of you rolled awareness checks to check for like a rope or something and failed horribly, probably because you were using the bot.
Yep.
Damn.
Anyways,
but I got in my notes. It's like I'm in Siberia again.
anyhow,
Yeah,
is that
so-
pretty much everything?
Now they went in the hole. Some stuff happened.
And
Tell them about the hole.
when we got in there, we found the mage and also the spirit, and then suddenly we got told that something was coming, and then we got attacked by a troll.
I passed out.
Yes, you passed out for like
Yeah, you failed a few check pretty hard.
Yeah, as I said, I don't trust the roller anymore.
and so we
Now it's
pretty much,
now you need to be the first character for the five belt pouches and 5 smelling salts.
So we
my character is carrying all the medical goods. That includes smelling salts.
right, and we got really lucky because that troll was nasty.
I rolled terribly, yes. And so, a troll was killed. You rescued a mage, that's her name there, in case any of you feels like pronouncing it.
And of course, I was the one that killed the troll, so...
Well, you got the title.
With...
I said that's why you got the title.
And so we, I think, was just like came back to the train with the mage. think that's it.
We very politely declined her payment of gems. Because freedom and liberty has no cost.
Also, one of you is honorable, none of you are greedy.
Yep.
At least as far as I know. Anyway, yeah, so that's a rough assessment. Then let's go around and everybody introduce their characters and also give me your names. Because I realized I didn't actually write your names down. Should probably do that.
When we get to my character, do you want me to just read off his appearance and backstory, or sum it up?
I don't know. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Whatever these guys would know. Did we, for the first session, did we do, like, the whole song and dance for appearance and backstory, or did we just summarize?
I don't care. I like it.
Alright, whatever. Go for it. Who wants to go first?
Well, since I'm joining in, I might as well. My character's name is James Wahlberg. He's from the United Commonwealth. His appearance, with his dark green eyes and his rather long, pure white hair, he makes for a sight that generally invokes calm and peace in those around him. He's not particularly muscular, being actually relatively limp of arm, but his clothes tend toward the simple, leathers, cotton, and linen. His tanned but otherwise white skin speaks of his plentiful time spent outside among trees and nature under the sun, and he typically carries a quarterstaff or other items suitable as walking stick at all times, ready for any hike. As for his backstory, he lived in a small town part of the United Commonwealth, and his life there would have at one point been quiet and peaceful. However, that was not to be. The town fell directly under siege by enemy forces, and the local and distantly provided defenses got overrun, and the town was razed to the ground. James was one of only a few survivors, and what he witnessed that day both destroyed him and rebuilt him anew as a different individual than he had grown up to be up to that point. Seeing the horrors of war has given him a quiet sense of confidence as he survived, and after what he's seen, he's certain there are few worse things to witness. The death of his parents being perhaps the worst. The same horrors he saw also gave rise to a determination not to fight, to save others from fighting. He's only too aware he's only one man, and he has no faith that he alone can change the world, nor does he wish to participate in the so-called glory of war. But he is aware that he can prevent the loss of many lives that would be cut short by battles. This is what led him in later years to becoming a medic and seeking to heal and prevent injury.
Okay, cool.
In case any of you forgot, his quirks, he is a pacifist, he is headstrong, so good luck getting him to change his mind on anything. He has steady hands, very good surgeon, and he is brave.
So somebody will be useful for fear checks.
Oh yeah, and he is your medic, so you want to live? Probably best protect him.
Right. You're our white mage.
Alright.
By the way, I had to step out of the room for a second. Did we already cover the UC thing?
I'm sorry, Chris, what'd you say?
I said I had to step out of the room for a second. Did we already cover the UC thing?
I heard you said you had to step out of the room, but I didn't hear what you said after that.
Did we already cover the UC thing? What is this, the Patriots? Does nobody hear me when I say those words?
I didn't hear anything.
That's really weird. Nobody
Yeah,
hears
I
me when I
think
try
you
to
just
say
said,
that
like,
freaking
something-
sentence.
Yeah, no, all we heard was like 3 words. All I heard was 3 words.
All I heard was 3 words as well. Can label this. Oh,
Oh, nationality issue. Let's see.
Did nobody catch it?
don't think we. I think we did between. When it was just me and Lucky.
That's okay. It's just further evidence nobody actually reads the Mages of War channel.
Right.
I'm typing it so that we have more clarity. And I don't have to keep repeating myself.
And don't have to keep hearing the word black over and over.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
The nationality issue, yeah, I thought it would be all right if I had picked whatever. I thought if we picked someone from each from a different nationality, yeah, I can still change it.
I don't know if we
Yeah,
actually, if everybody
you could
literally
just
actually
be
picked a
like-
different nationality.
You could just be a part of a British family that's in federal states. Well, not British family.
I don't know why I
That's
keep
what that-
making weird, wobbly, dismissive hand gestures. You can't see them, but I'm doing it.
Or whatever that, you know.
Trying to re-energize my connection here.
This pain.
You can find it in the information tab.
Connection
Alright,
is-
I had the recording paused through all the
Okay.
shenanigans, so don't worry about any of that junk.
Alright, okay, I'm at.
Okay, James
My
Wahlberg, we covered the
ping's-
nationality thing. Don't worry about it, Kirby, that's okay, that's what I was trying to say. Mark said that he had
my-
to change his before we started last time, too.
Right, mine's currently hovering around 100 thereabouts.
Mine's
According
at,
to Discord, anything, so long as it's less than 250, it shouldn't be a huge problem. Mine was like jumping from like 100 and something to 600 and something. Which is probably why you couldn't understand me at points.
Yeah.
Right.
But we seem to find that
Anyways,
out. Mine's consistent. Anybody, drop a line if you get any problems. Okay. Kirby went...
Let's get a move on.
Yes, you were James Wahlberg, right?
Yeah, and I changed his nationality to fit in. So it's the federal states now.
Alright, I guess I'll read off mine. My character is Warrant Officer Arthur Silverlight, son of House of Silverheart, Magi Stella et Thero. With steel gray eyes that glint with arcane strength and white hair cropped short but always nearly standing on end, Arthur is a striking sight to behold. Combining that with a tall, athletic build and easygoing posture backed with quiet and firm resolve, he often draws the attention of men and women, for good or ill. His skin is well tanned but smooth, although normally covered in clothes in muted colors such as brown or gray. He is almost never seen without his family longsword at his hip or his back, whether the occasion formal, social, or bloody. It would be hard to convince most people that Arthur was not born with a literal silver spoon in his mouth. After all, his family has been made their fortune in mining ore and precious jewels, not to mention a lineage of magecraft impeccably kept to the era of the Night Mages of Britannia. Their records become a little convoluted, as it's hotly contested that the progenitor of the Silverheart line was one of the fabled Night Mages of the Round, or just decorated knight. Either way, Arthur has a lot of history on his shoulders, but it's barren he carries with pride. Depending on who you speak to, that can be seen as a strength or a weakness. Nowhere near the top of the line of succession in his family, most would think that Arthur would simply kick back and enjoy the privileges. But Arthur has the strongest sense of noblesse oblige that has been instilled to him by his family, who is renowned for their sense of duty to country and common people. Arthur is freshly enlisted into the military with only a few engagements, although he has distinguished himself as a valiant and honorable combatant on the field. Arthur hopes to distinguish himself separately from his elder cousin and heir apparent to the house, first lieutenant of the mobile artillery unit, Elizabeth Iron Maiden Silverheart. He loves and admires his cousin greatly, but also believes it best if he was not in her shadow.
Minute for you.
And that's it for me.
Okay, it's my turn now. So, I play Bailey Leonard, who is an amber-colored-eyed man with gloss black hair and tan skin, due to being a fire mage, and he grew up in a French-speaking family in the federal states, got a job as a factory worker, and even at an early age, he got the title of Mad Bomber due to his sort of maniacal tendencies with explosions, and in some way or form, people just thought he would be better off, like, far away from them on some front fighting.
Alright, so everybody got their EXP, they got their pay. Like I said, Captain passed out an extra week's pay bonus for, job well done. Also, there's a boiled and cleaned troll skull on the back of your train now.
Oh yeah, we did bring back the head.
Mm-hmm.
I cut it off. For proof! With my sharp sword.
Spend less time typing loudly into my microphone. Anyway, so a couple days have passed since your previous adventures. Anybody who has wounds, Arthur, go ahead and take your natural healing.
It's like, right. And then...
From all those bullets aimed at your legs that bounced off your striker units.
Are we resting and receiving good medical care?
I mean, you got at least one unit medic, so I assume so.
All right, cool. Natural healing at its finest.
Yeah, and James will be. And if you need treatment, James can help.
All right.
It's
So
mostly just minor
so
bruises and
Toughness
scrapes.
modifier. Toughness modifier. What is my toughness modifier? 3? Oh yeah, so I'm fully healed in 2 days.
Alright, yeah.
Had some right smart bruising there.
Basically,
Bit of a blood.
you pop out of your strikers. The medic takes a look at it. He says, "You'll be fine if you don't do anything strenuous for a couple days." Maybe rolls you some bandages. Nobody got any grievous injuries.
Oh wait, you said I got the bleeding heart, so that's
Yeah, you got a medal.
yeah, I got a medal.
Because
Yeah,
you were injured in combat. You were shot
Yeah,
for realsies. With
pain.
real bullets. Real Russian bullets. Scythian, sorry.
Not Russian bullets. Let's see here. Kills. I'm gonna put that up here. Direwolves, 2. Didn't I kill one? No, I did not kill one with a sword. I did not want to.
No, that would be bad.
Alright.
Because their blood turns to poison vapor.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Which we found out quickly enough after grenade was thrown.
Yeah, there's one red. Anyway.
Did I splatter one in with just one grenade?
No, you
Well,
killed 2 with
'cause
one grenade.
Yes, you did, but also, yes, you have obliterated several of them with singular grenades, because direct hits with grenades are bad. Blast damage is no joke.
Alright, so kill,
Okay, I'm just leaving my name listed.
how
Scroll down.
many wolves?
And as a refresher, you guys are commanded by Captain Flannery Arterberry. guy in charge of the actual train company is Captain Polk.
Polk.
So, like I said, it's been a couple days. You guys are moving towards the town of Cheetah, which is where Fusang has their major operations in the area. That's not necessarily a good thing. Consistently, Fusang, aka the Japanese, have been exercising their own agenda, we should say, in Siberia and across the border in Sinai. So, yeah, they're lovely people who definitely don't do any really messed up stuff to get you guys to go home or anything. No.
Oh, God.
This scenario is definitely not based on the very real Siberian intervention that actually happened and was kind of a clusterfuck.
Oh, my God.
Alright, so let us begin.
Well, now, since we had some fun, and with that, let's get on. Let's see what happens
Alright,
as we
so...
continue our ride.
Alright, so before you actually make it all the way to Cheetah... Oh, actually, there was one more thing I wanted to say. So Captain Arterbury has taken it under personal honor to make sure that Miss Risa is escorted back to Vladivostok.
Mm-hmm.
Given that she's technically a civilian, that should hopefully not cause any problems with the whites thinking you're stealing one of their mages. Not that matters, because the captain, who I don't know if I actually mentioned this last time, and I did not portray her as particularly southern, but she is quite southern and quite gentle. She knows all about fox hunting, steeplechasing, all sorts of things. Been tulips on the front porch. And she was trained to be a cavalry mage, so... and she's a fire mage also, so... Yeah, there's definitely won't be any international incidents if somebody, tries to cross her honor. Also, that's one eye.
Oh, it's one eye? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm guessing as a fire mage, and my guy being a wood mage, he's going to be a little repulsed.
No, your opposite element is metal.
Yeah.
That means you don't like Arthur. Maybe.
And, of course, there's a war mage because of that.
Actually, that means also that, personality-wise, you don't necessarily get along with the young Raisa Belivne either, because she is a water metal mage. That's okay, though. You don't...
This party's just turning out to get along great, isn't it?
Hey!
Well,
One of my life goals here is to make Black Rose my waifu. Real talk. I don't care.
who is
She
literally
has double
his
opposites.
antithesis. Because she is a highborn poison wood mage. And also a sniper. And many other things about her personality. Luckily, you don't got to worry about that. Guess what? You drew the not short straw, the long straw, and your bunkmate is Corporal Starrick, the unit heavy and translator, who is an earth mage. And he's a big, friendly guy. Loves food.
Oh, Felix? Oh, Felix is a gem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's who James'
Right.
bunkmate is.
Yeah.
Because yes, you guys are in the train. You guys have your own car, which is a passenger car, and it's 2 guys to a room. And in the case,
I have no idea.
Personal honor.
Yeah, I have no idea who James got paired up with here.
I just described him as Felix. Felix Starrick. Like I said, he's your unit heavy and one of your translators.
Oh, I thought you were saying Lucky's character got paired
No,
with him.
I said you were
No,
lucky.
I'm with the Mad Bomber.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
I said that you were lucky. You got
Oh.
paired up with Felix
Okay.
because he is a nice guy.
Yay!
Let's
Felix.
talk about food. Anyway, I will note that technically one of these rooms is now either three people or somebody sleeping in shifts because, yes, the little Scythian highboard mage does not leave the mage car without probably a couple of you guys as escort. because you are a military train in a military situation.
1 second, phone call.
Is it your pizza? Alright, well, let's see. Is there anything I needed to go over that I can skip with him? Alright. Well, anyway, for the sake of Kirby, I'll go over and describe the fact that you guys are on an armored train again. It's not a proper armored train. The engine is just a train engine that's been armored up a little. The individual passenger cars and cargo cars are just littered with sandbags in the walls as extra protection. It's good, but it's not a proper heavily armored train. You have one flatbed car, which is an artillery car, which has a field gun and some heavy machine guns, or regular machine guns as that may be. That's your primary defense. Other than that, it's mages and the guys on board, and there are some like roof-mounted light machine guns. Mages, you guys have your own passenger car and your own cargo car, which stores your mobility units, your Ethereum cores, all that other jazz, stores your extra equipment. Oh, let's see. Martha, I don't think you actually technically lost any grenades because Lucky gave you his extra, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't use any on the troll
because for you two, anything you spent on the mission that is part of your standard loadout, that is starting loadout and career loadout, is replenished.
Okay.
But I think you got extra grenades back anyway, so you don't need to worry about that.
Yep.
Just to check, we've effectively got infinite regular ammo for our weapons, right? Correct? We just have to reload every so often.
Under loadouts and procurement, by default, Before going out, a soldier is assigned a fully loaded weapon and 2 full reloads for a primary weapon, and then 1 reload for a secondary weapon. That's when you go out. While you're on the train, you have access to full supplies. You can basically presume to just go into your back and get more ammo. But yes, when you leave for a mission, you get 2 reloads and your gun is full for your primary weapons, and then secondary is reloaded and 1 spare mag.
Technically speaking, I've got 3 weapons, 2 guns, and a melee. So yeah, the repeating rifle. I also bought him a flare gun, which I suppose is technically a secondary.
Yeah.
And then the quarterstaff is kind of just an emergency weapon, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's good. Melees are good. Everybody at least has a trench knife or bayonet in the unit, other than you have a quarterstaff, because I don't think medics actually get a bayonet.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a trench knife.
And as mentioned already, Lucky's character has a literal friggin' longsword.
And
not even an
that,
officer
my
saber.
character's a pacifist, so he'd sooner not fight at all if he can help it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay,
Where's the pizza guy? So then I'm gonna get pizza.
He'll help you fight, but he's not going to fight for himself if he has any say in the matter.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, that's enforced by the rules. You have to make a will check to choose to harm somebody, harm a person, and then any attack roll you make at all. Oh, you want to know how to spell Vladivostok?
Yeah, basically my guy is the kind of guy who, if he is forced to fire, he kind of looks away and shuts his eyes as he shoots.
You'd be surprised how many actual soldiers do in fact do that. Army accuracy is terrible. Alright, anyway, okay, now that everybody's back here. By the way, Vladivostok is way back east. That's the port on the Pacific Ocean that you guys came in from. So, she's not leaving until you guys complete your circuit.
Okay.
Because you are currently headed west. I'm in the middle of a
Okay,
document.
so
I don't even in the middle of. Here we are.
Keep
And
it
you're
around
saying basically as any time that Risa goes out and about that she's escorted?
Yeah, because she's a child and a foreigner, and you're on a military train. Also, she's very important, so yes. Basically, she's bunked up with the captain, or maybe with your... because Araceli and Kanate are practically nocturnal anyway, they don't use their bunks much at night, so maybe she steals one of their bunks at night, something like that. And when she actually wants to walk around the train, there's a couple of mages with her at all times. Not necessarily you guys, literally, but a couple of guys on escort. Anyway, as you guys are approaching Cheetah, you'll probably be there by the afternoon or whatever. We'll say it's morning, because that's convenient. The train pulls to a stop in a town to take on new coal and water. As it comes to a stop, you guys, poke your head out, so you look around. You find the town to be deserted, only stone structures remain. Everything else has been smashed or burned to the ground.
Oh.
You don't see any bodies or any other, signs that people were here recently. There's no carts, there's no horses or oxen or anything. In fact, at a casual glance, it looks like there's nothing of value left in the town. Everything was burned or abandoned. It looks like... because guess what? Once again, the communist revolution in Scythia seems to have inordinately attracted the working class. Funny how that shakes out. So there are basically no Russian train engineers left. Thus, all of the trains are run by Americans or other allied nations.
Right. And, yeah, I see the scorched earth policy is kind of carried over to this not Russia place, right?
Yeah. Russian Civil War is not fun. Anyway, yeah, so the train's going to be stopped up a little. I mentioned the fact earlier because it looks like other federal states personnel with the railway have made sure that the coal and water in the station is stocked up so the train can, top off.
Okay.
If anybody wants to stretch their legs and look around, they can.
Not particularly.
I will.
Well, actually, I suppose if those two are going, James will step out. Besides that, get out with nature a bit, even if it is cold.
It's very cold. Anyway, yeah. Alright. You guys step out. Obviously, the train platform is there. The rails are all in place. What do?
Well, good thing.
About how long are we gonna have here?
Anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe just
They're not gonna leave without you.
do it quick.
Actually, solid question. Are you guys taking strikers or not?
Are we allowed just to take out our strikers?
Yeah, sure. Why not? They're yours.
Yeah. Might as well, since this looks like a banned place, and abandoned places are good places for ambushes.
Yeah, you guys could say you're taking a patrol.
Yeah, let's go take a patrol.
Alright.
Take a patrol and start investigating it.
This is important because it means you have wearable radios.
Right. And of course, yeah, James is coming along mostly just to make sure you two don't get killed.
Alright, well. Arthur, you officially have the most egg salad on your uniform. What are we doing?
Well, we're gonna do a circuit of the town, and we'll just see if anything pops out.
Alright. Everybody who's paying attention, roll awareness.
Right,
Okay.
just a sec.
Oh,
So for awareness, for these kind of rolls, I just roll percentile.
Yep. Roll
Yeah.
percentile, you're aiming
Do you
for
have-
under the linked stat, which
do you
for
have
awareness is
awareness?
per.
I got 30 and 9, and my
Do you have
awareness.
Do you have awareness?
And I'm not trained in. I don't think he's trained in awareness.
Alright, so that means you're
That
actually
would be
rolling under
half.
half perception. Because it's a basic skill. So you probably didn't pass.
33 perception. So and then I rolled 30 and 9 on my dice.
Yeah, no. I had several
Well,
degrees of
this
failure.
is nice, but let's see, what is my...
on the
Oh.
nose.
Wow, 2 over my perception.
So we got some degrees of failure,
So,
0 degrees of
what,
failure, 0 degrees of success.
So, what was my total roll altogether then? I'm just trying to understand the system here.
Right. So
So
your target was half your perception score because you're not trained in awareness, and you rolled 39 over that, I assume, because you said you have 33 perception normally.
33 perception, so I was trying to get over 16.
Trying to get under 16.
Oh,
Yeah.
under
Oh.
16.
Yeah. No. Hey, James
I
Bailey.
think we.
Guess what? You're in
What?
Siberia.
Right.
It's very
And-
drab and cold.
And this is an abandoned place. There's nothing here. Why are we even out here?
Right, well,
Arthur,
in any case.
with your 0 degrees of success, you are in fact in a small village in Siberia that has been mostly burned to the ground. It looks like everything of value that wasn't destroyed in a fire or in just somebody taking sledgehammers and axes to a building has been stripped and pulled away. In fact, it's relatively clean here. There's a decent coating of snow on the ground. There's no tracks or anything in it. It looks like this place has been abandoned for some time. So, yeah, you do a circuit. I assume you're not going to go house to house, building to building.
Don't need to go quite that much, I don't think.
I'll cast Aether Sense.
Alright, roll spell casting.
I'll burn a charge on it. And let me see. 20. 60.
By the way, on your guys' I noticed you did post the relative amounts. So which number is your score and which one is the one you rolled?
I usually do what I rolled over what I'm trying to get.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's just pretty much.
So, target on the right, and then actual roll on the left.
Yeah.
Okay, couple degrees. It's what, like 20 meters?
Yep.
Alright. There's 2 mages within a couple meters of you, obviously. Depending on when you're standing, you might ping a whole bunch of mages, almost a dozen, as it were, in the train. Other than that, nope. Nothing really etheric out here.
Huh. Well, one more spell. Treasure Sense. Yarr.
Alright. I'm okay with this because I really want you to roll doubles.
Doubles?
Yeah, spell mishap table.
Ah. Alright.
You don't get doubles instead. I'm not. This is Treasure Sense.
That's quite the success.
Alright, well, that's a critical success, actually. I believe, right? It's 01 to 03. Yeah, 01 to 03 is a critical success, 98 to 00 is a critical failure. So, you get 4 degrees, because that's your maximal degrees. So, what does that do, treasure sense-wise?
Let me see here. It is spellcast roll half action. If successful, you may sense all precious metals and stones within 10 meters per DOS. So.
Alright. Well,
So,
there's, once again, there's probably a whole bunch of gems and precious metals in the train. You're feeling around. There's definitely nothing left in this town.
Alrighty.
Nothing that radiates on your treasure sense, anyway.
Well, that's it. I'm tapped. I need like a life sense. Oh wait, no, he doesn't. No, wait.
There is actually one spell for sensing living creatures. I think it's higher tier sensory.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's sensor ping. All living entities in a number of meters equal to 10 times DOS.
okay.
Oh, I need the night vision for that. The other trait.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, make our way back to the train. Report nothing out of the ordinary.
Alright.
Yep.
Okay. Train gears up. And you go on your way. Like I said, a couple hours later. Several hours later in the afternoon, you pull into Cheetah. You see a lot of Fusang flags and Fusang soldiers hanging around with White Russian soldiers. You also notice a fair amount of White Russian soldiers with Fusang-made guns. Seems like the supply trains are getting out here, at least. And now you're probably laid up in town for a couple of hours while the switching yard is run. Basically, you guys have to stop, let other trains go through the switching yard, wait for all the tracks to get switched and moved out. You're in a town now, so if anybody wants to make procurement rolls or make negotiation checks to buy things, now's the time.
I would
I can't guarantee. Sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
on, Kurt.
Yeah, I can't. James has a decent charisma score, but I don't have any training on him yet for much of anything besides what he's supposed to do as a medic.
Well, fun
So
fact.
I could.
I double-checked, and procurement is actually not a skill roll. It is just a charisma or leadership roll.
Oh, cool.
Though somebody is rich.
You
I
can't see
can-
me, but I just gave the shit eating green with the double thumbs up.
Well,
Now the double
if
finger
you-
guns?
If you're paying, I'm in.
I'm not paying, but I'll help.
Yeah, if
Well,
you guys
I-
need something, this is probably your... Other than, once again, going into the supply cars and being like, hey, we got any this stuff lying around in the back, this is
Right.
probably one of your major opportunities to acquire anything new. Also, if you guys want to
Yeah.
gather information on anything.
Well,
I
Right.
might as well see if we can get to pick up a couple of combat stims, just to
Okay.
and some and maybe some more smelling salts. Just top off my.
Alright, well, what do you want to roll for first?
Procure. I can try and do procurement.
Yeah.
I've got
Oh, it's raw
43
int
for
leadership. It's not even charisma. It's int or leadership. Okay. That's probably still pretty good for you. Since int is your medication skill. Or stat. Okay. Anyway, yeah, basically, all of these rules are in the loadout and consume procurement tag.
I'm like in there right now. 'Cause I'm about to start going. Like, what do I want to buy?
I pretty much have everything.
Well, I'm gonna make a procurement roll because I'm gonna try and find me some meteor ore. Because I have a dream.
Okay. Well, that's scarce, buddy.
Yeah, it is. So,
you're gonna try.
well, I get a plus 20 from being rich. Money talks.
Yeah.
Bitches. And I'm gonna use a point of luck.
Oh, gonna pre-spend some luck.
Yep. So that's another plus 20. So I am at plus 10.
So when I roll the random encounter and the assassin golem, the assassin paper golem jumps out of the wall and cuts your throat, you're not gonna have any luck yet left?
Probably. I have 2 points of luck for this character. Aveline's the
I'm
one that
joking.
only has 1.
I'm joking. I'm not joking about the paper golems, though. I did all the golem stat blocks today. There is no golem that is not terrifying.
Oh god.
Oh, death of 1,000 paper cuts.
I'll use my ints because. Wait, that's the wrong here.
Screw, that's why I'm calling this paper golem stack.
Where my stats? Oh, there's my stats. Oh, wow, my ints and leadership are just. Okay, whatever.
You joke, but the paper golem actually does the devastating tag. It makes you bleed more.
Oh, Oh, well, I guess it's close enough.
I mean, degrees don't really matter.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing, but, you see the, that was at +10, so. That's why I was like, ow!
Oh, you just missed your crit there.
Yeah.
Alright, well, yep. How much meteoric iron are you looking for? Just as much as you can get?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, well, you talk to some people in the town, you flash some bling.
Should buy him.
It's like,
You
look
are-
at this.
Hooked up with some meteoric iron samples. Yeah, I don't really... For raw and exotic materials, the game doesn't necessarily track super hard how much it is. You've got at least one use of it, if you were going to use it for ritual components or to put it in an item or something. That seems fair. You got one use out of one roll. So, you know, when you want to waste all your time making mechanics checks on a masterwork you can't actually make because you don't have mechanics.
Hey. Process. I'm getting there.
Yeah, what you got?
Okay, so leadership leadership is LDR, right? Among the 10 basic stats or base stats.
LD.
Might as well try. 32
Alright, well, what are you rolling
on
for?
leadership. Gonna just try and get simply just try to get some a few medical supplies, more smelling salts, some combat
Alright.
stims.
Well,
that
for
kind of thing.
for procurement, you roll per item. Unfortunately, I think all medicine is rare, so that's a -10 to the roll. Just scaring up some medical supplies is hard.
Right.
So what do you want to roll on
Yeah,
first?
Let's try the smelling salts first.
Alright.
I'm not confident about either of these, but I'm gonna try.
Let me make sure this one's actually.
Ouch. 70 and 3, so yeah, that would be 73, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Alright. Unfortunately, there is nobody you can boss around or bureaucratize to get smelling salts out of.
Well, let's try out combat stims.
Alright. Now, because you're making multiple rolls in a row, that means you add an additional -10 penalty, so it's at -20 total.
Why do I'm not even gonna bother at that
Alright.
point.
You can also try and find people to just buy it from using MC, but then you have to roll negotiate, which I don't think anybody has trained to haggle with them, basically.
Well, I can try. I'll be sure once we get more XP to put in XP towards that. But for now, yeah. Anyways, I tried.
Okay. Anybody want to ask any questions and gather any information while you're in this town?
Let's see here.
Well,
I think maybe check to see if anyone has heard maybe exactly what had happened down in that burned down town. Or whatever rumors that might have floated about.
Hey, Marth, if you're not going to use your procurement roll for anything else, you might consider trying it for the sake to get a phrase book.
Phrase book?
Yeah, because it's common. That'd be a +10.
And what is exactly is a phrase book?
A phrase book.
Oh,
As in-
phrase.
Yeah.
Oh,
As in a book that gives you common statements.
oh,
in other
now I
languages.
see.
Yes, because only one of the player characters speaks Scythian.
Okay, then I'll
And
go
that would be
for it.
me.
I'll go for it then.
And both of these guys have terrible track records.
And this is plus.
Yeah, it's plus
since
10.
It's common,
And
it's, plus.
Common is plus 10, and it's either your int or your leadership.
Okay. Where is my? Okay, so my. So either int or leadership.
Yep.
Okay, that's at least I'll use my int, so I actually have a better chance.
Mm-hmm.
So, James is the only one who speaks Scythian, huh?
Yep.
Well, then. Well,
There
out
are
of
a couple of
player
NPCs
characters-
who speak it, but yeah, out of the player characters, you're the only one who has that language. Alright.
Not bad.
You acquired one phrase book. I assume you want it to translate to Scythian.
Yes.
Okay. Alright,
So that is.
so you want to gather information. Go ahead and make me, let's see. Probably investigate would be our starting skill roll for this.
Okay. That's something I don't have, so it's half int.
Now, investigation's per.
Oh, right, half per. So that's still going to be 20.
I've actually got 5 flares already.
Oh, those are your flares. I want my flares. I'm gonna write my name on them.
He will too.
Okay.
How many different writing inputs do you have? I assume you have a pad. I know you have a pad and pen set.
Yeah, pen and pen. I got a signet ring, so I can put some hot wax on that shit.
Wow. Okay. 5 out of 20.
Good grief. Yeah.
All right. So
James is gonna be is just gonna be shaking his head so much at Arthur and his rich habits.
yeah, because you're an orphan and a wood mage. It's super funny. You guys are total opposites in the weirdest way. Anyway, yes, somebody actually passes his investigation check. So with your newly acquired phrase book, you start asking questions about that village just up the rail. And you hear some pretty interesting stories. You talk to some of the locals. You find a couple friendly allied units who are in the area who speak languages you speak. And basically, you hear that before Fusang kind of pushed up and secured this area as their main base of operations, there was a supposedly white Scythian general, though he apparently acts a little independent. His name is Baron Julian von Sternberg. He was officially, as per the whites, he is still a Scythian noble of vaguely Germanic ancestry, which is not uncommon. By way of Livonian, actually. That's the Baltics. So he is ostensibly a White Scythian commander and a Cossack officer, but lately he's been operating across the border a lot into Mongolia and the Manchuria region of Sinai. Or Sina. Sina probably makes the most sense because it's a standard for China, but whatever. So, good old Baron Sternberg is known to the locals as a vicious but dedicated commander. He is a serious fighter. He is known for ruthless tactics utilizing armored trains, cavalrymen, and shock troops. He's even got a handful of the small number of striker units that the Scythians have out here, because their supply lines are in worse shape than yours. But he's also known to be a little paranoid, and apparently he may have purged the entire town because it was suspected that it contained partisans attacking the railway.
Uh-oh.
That is apparently not uncommon for von Sternberg.
Okay.
Oh, apparently I did buy negotiation. Holy shit.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You wanted to be able to. You would be good at buying things.
It did not help me in my last roll. I rolled a freaking 89.
Okay. Are you willing to pay a little bit extra for those flares?
Depends on how much is extra.
I don't know. What do flares cost normally?
1.
He'll sell them to you for 2.
Oh, shit.
100% markup.
God damn it. Alright, fine. I want my flare. I want to put my name on them. I'm, committed to that goal now.
Good grief.
So Arthur gets fleeced by shady Russian pyrotechnics dealers.
And I thought James was the headstrong one.
Yeah, so that's basically all there is to know about the situation. There may have been some armored train action, some buildings may have been leveled, some stuff might have been set on fire. You know. All to fight the dirty Reds, though. Darn those dirty Reds and their dirty partisanship. And all those other things they do. The guy you're talking to spits. So yeah, that's a bit of information you got. Anybody else gonna ask any more questions around town?
I'll ask what the front's like.
Alright. You would just ask, because there's allied units here. No need to roll anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reports are...
No, dice.
Reports are
Sorry.
pretty standard. There's no open fighting in this area, but there is a lot of, well, the aforementioned partisans. There are regular reports to the federal state troops of damage to the rails, damage to the telegraph lines, blockages on the rails, other minor damages and sabotage, that kind of thing, that they have to go out and repair, because, once again, all the train engineers are you guys. Or your side, anyway. There are also occasionally, partisan raids. They attack work camps, or they'll ambush soldiers on patrol. Nobody really wants to talk about it openly, but there are reports occasionally of the local whites or the local Fusang troops getting confused and accidentally firing at your guys, or your guys accidentally firing at them, because, well, it's the Great War, and communications technology is a little... You guys only have wearable radios because you're hooked to striker units. And even then, those are pretty short range.
Well then.
So, people are
friendly
nervous.
fire.
They're not happy. They don't like the cold. The cold causes a lot of maintenance issues. It's terrible on supplies. In fact, units are glad to see you, and then sad to see you, because you guys are carrying supplies for units farther out west. Because, like I said, logistics are pretty bad. The only major route is the railway. It's too cold to run anything else. And there's no decent airports at this time period in this area. So everything's rail, and the rails are constantly under attack. However, other than that, there's no major battles going on out here. Mostly, the local federal state troops are just doing maintenance duty, doing patrols, and sitting around, smoking cigarettes and waiting to see if somebody wearing a red banding on their uniform jumps out of the snow.
Gotcha.
Much like, some guys
Right.
with red banding on their uniforms and submachine guns jumped out of the woods to shoot at you.
It did happen.
Right.
Honestly, you guys have probably seen the most action of anybody in this town. Other than maybe some similar incidents where guys with sub-automatic weapons were firing at them. You talked to one guy who was hit by a rock. They were throwing rocks at him. And he doesn't think it was an earth mage. He thinks the guy just had rocks.
Right.
You do also hear to be careful. You're close to some questionable territory. A couple of the white generals, as mentioned, and other commanders have gone a little warlordy. Especially if you cross the border into Manchuria or Mongolia, where basically they are land pirates.
Arr.
They will try and hold you over and steal everything you got. Yeah, that's the word on the front.
Alrighty.
Oh, and you also probably hear Baron von Sternberg's name mentioned a couple times. There we go. Okay. Any other questions while you're in town?
Nothing
I'd ask,
like,
but I don't think James would get an answer.
I think it's better to ask and not get an answer than not to ask at all. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, let's try it then. It's charisma to investigate.
No? I mean, first, what are you asking? That's important.
Actually, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Yeah, don't know. So maybe I won't be asking any questions because I don't even know what questions to ask.
Alright, so there's the Moffin saying. Well, we know what like the Scythians are all about. What's the Hussein doing?
Alright, well, you're probably going to need to grab James, because I think he's the only guy in the unit who speaks Fusang.
And let's go.
Let's go. We're gonna ask Hussein like how they're.
Alright.
If anything strange has been, if everything's been all right on their end.
Okay.
We're allies. We should look out for each other.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Alright. Arthur, roll me an appeal check.
I actually trained them. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Do I want to spend another so I can look good? I don't know. Will my honorable count for this? Given someone of my word, honesty, or oath?
Yeah, sure. You're trying to look trustworthy and friendly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, that gives me like a 50 something. That makes me feel better. So, okay. Yeah. 3 degrees of success?
Yeah, I think so.
And does James need to do anything?
No. So long as I assume you will translate to the best of your ability whatever he says.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
As
Then
long
no.
as he speaks English or some other language
Yeah, I got
we
English.
don't know.
Yeah, no. You guys share
Everyone
a language,
here
at least one.
English.
Anyway, yeah. So, you talk, and James is able to translate into the proper polite forms. You already sound pretty polite, so it's pretty easy. Yeah, you're just asking them, like, what they think about the front.
Mhm.
You get pretty much what you would expect. Similar reports to what your own guys gave you. They don't admit to accidentally shooting anybody or anything in the dark. Nothing like that. They just mentioned the damnable Bolshevik partisans are always causing trouble on the rail lines. They're terribly sorry for any inconvenience of sending maintenance reports to the federal states units, but you guys were able to train engineers, blah, blah, blah. They mention they're doing their best to keep their allies supplied around here, though they occasionally have problems with warlords. The way, that the couple of officers who are probably just minding their business on the train platform, maybe they're waiting for their train to get, shifted around to the switching yard. The way they talk about, like, supply losses and logistical problems almost seems, like, casual or maybe even forced. Like, they're mentioning it to be polite, but you know that they don't really have the same problems that you do. for whatever reason. Either they're actually paying the warlords directly or the bandits so they stay off their back, or they don't actually care. But they seem to be doing their supply okay. They have mentioned that the climate is terrible. All of their mages are having a bad time with the cold weather because everybody's got to be bundled up in heavy gear. And they're not as big on striker units. Because, the Japanese weren't really famous for their tanks. But anyway. And, the winter conditions are terrible for aerial mages. They constantly have to do maintenance to avoid strikers icing over. I've actually heard some reports that the Scythian forces are also sending up recon flyers. They apparently have some Alpiner units they've imported from the peninsula. Scythian, by the way, is the Italians, our Italian analog. So they've got some troops who are prepared for cold weather up here, but they didn't send nearly enough, so they're stretched a little thin. They just shoot back rumors back and forth.
Okay.
Because they like you, because you got a couple degrees of success. One of the younger officers who, seems a little more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, a little, naive to this world. He's probably a lot like Arthur in that regard. He cautions you to make sure your train stays on the Scythian side of the border. Don't go over into the Manchuria region of Sine or into Mongolia. Apparently there's a lot of political unrest in these areas, and in addition to partisan fighters, deserters from the Scythian army, and just, actual, Bolshevik problems, there are also bandits and even anti-government rebels in that area who appear to be moderately well supplied.
That is the danger zone.
Yeah. So, a friendly warning, don't go over there. He mentions that Fusang has been trying to put some forces, to get across the border, because obviously they're kind of close with other Asian nations. They're definitely not trying to make some sort of greater Asian prosperity sphere or anything. But yeah, so this guy, he talks about how they're trying to tamp down that a little, but they're having a hard time because of the terrain, and officially their mission is the Siberian intervention.
Alrighty. Well, I will thank him very much for... And then I'll leave them to their business.
Alright. They go back to smoking and, looking at stuff.
How much time have we killed?
You could have killed as much as you need. You guys were out in town buying stuff, talking to people. It could have been a couple hours, so you can roll back up to town. Or up to the train.
A perfectly timed train whistle blows.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, you guys head out. Roll on the train. It's getting kind of later in the afternoon. It's getting towards dusk. Let's see. You guys have been pretty active today. Would you say you're still on duty about the train?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
We
Taking a long day.
We got a bit of a rest at the stop, so gotta pull our shifts.
Okay. So if you're actually doing a shift, that means you're probably in strikers, hanging out, waiting for some action.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
I forget. Are the striker units? They're in a car. They're not in an open car. Not on.
No, they're in an enclosed box car.
Okay.
Which probably has the equivalent of a space heater in there to make sure nothing ices over or anything.
Oh, better.
Yeah.
You're fine. I think
Yeah.
fire mage.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He can
I'm
start fire
totally
whenever.
Fine. I'm just always on fire.
Ugh.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always on fire. Also, ninjas can't catch you if you're on fire.
It's like,
Many
do
other
you want to
references.
test that theory? Because I can totally test that theory.
Anyway, while you guys are chilling, you got, your radios on. So I suppose the question now is, nobody speaks not Italian, right?
Nope, not me.
Okay.
Let's see.
What
That
do
would
I
be
speak?
Sabine.
I speak English, Fleur, Dania, and Islandia.
Speak English, Fleur, and Stahl.
No? Okay. That's a negativo. You're listening on your radios. All of a sudden, there's a distressed and incoherent babblings of somebody in some language. Pasta spaghetti. That's a spicy meatball. But somewhere in there, you hear very distinct instances of SOS. Blah, 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 SOS.
Oh,
By the way, that
so
is the official Morse code and verbal signal for somebody in distress. So somebody with a radio
okay.
is going down somewhere.
oh well.
And the not Italians are allies?
Yep, no, they're your allies. And there are actually, they do have troops deployed out here in the Siberian intervention.
Yeah, didn't we just get the reports that they have the Alpiners?
Yeah, they've imported some Alpine troops who are used to the cold. Because,
Okay.
yes, in another holy shit, World War I was incredibly metal and also incredibly terrifying. The Italians did, in fact, have Alpine troops up in the Alps fighting the Germans. It is as terrifying as it sounds. They
But,
made trenches in the stone.
Oh. Oh,
Because we gotta have trenches for some reason.
Very, very, very metal.
that is very metal. Anyway, I'll radio the captain.
Okay.
Like, Captain, we got some chatter over comms. Can't understand what they're saying, but definitely picking out the SOS.
Alright. She, mutters something. Hold on, actually. The captain is a template. Does she have academics? Oh, yeah, no. Oh, I see. Literally every mage stat block does in fact have academics. Well, let's see. What's her int? Oh, that's an 82 out of 35. Alright, so the captain tunes into the radio for a second. She's like, Silverhut, I can't understand a word this girl is saying. By the way, it is a female voice in Italian. I'll call the train to stop. You guys pop the hatch. Take a look around. See if you can see anybody in distress out there. I'll see if I can't find somebody in the unit who speaks this crazy moon language. Click.
Alright. Well, anyway, I'll,
It's a boxcar. There's a big sliding door.
I'm gonna, the train hasn't stopped, so I'm just gonna open up the thing. It's like, I'm just gonna open up the door,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna go.
Alright.
And it's like,
Make me an athletics
Oh.
test.
Yeah!
Actually-
Right.
No, this would be a pilot test. You're in Strikers.
Alright. I can do this!
right. right, pilot.
I cannot do this.
Okay. What'd you roll?
Let me see here.
Pilot
But
is
agility.
agility.
I gotta close this. I gotta close my air girl.
Yes, stop looking at other characters. You're just going to confuse yourself.
I am confusing myself. Okay. So I got 1 degree of failure.
Alright.
Hang on.
You probably could have stuck a better landing as you just reel out of the rack, hop off the train, and slam into the slope. It's a little icy, a little snowy.
A little slippy.
Yeah. Technically, the Strikers are designed to handle difficult terrain, but they're, supposed to be on the terrain, not jumping onto it. So, let's just see. You'll take... you take 3 damage, ignoring armor but not toughness. Which probably means you take no damage.
Yeah, I have a 3 toughness.
Alright, so you are not harmed, you are just slightly embarrassed. As you go
Don't
for
all that, right?
your landing turns into a tuck and roll. You're covered in snow. You get some snow down the back of your neck. It's cold. It's cold.
I'm
But you're
waiting.
fine.
I now realize that was a bad idea. Thank you, Snow. Snow's like, I got you, bro.
A helpful water boat comes along and draws. No problem.
Hey, I'm
That might actually happen. You have friend of spirits, right?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. Yeah. So other mages, Arthur, who is technically the senior most officer in your squad, because he's a warrant officer. He's not a commissioned officer, because he's a specialist. Has just slid open the door and jumped out into the snow before the train stops. What do?
Screw it, I'm jumping out.
Alright.
When people's lives are in danger, there is no time to wait.
Also, he's got Thrill Seeker, and it is definitely the most dangerous thing to do to jump out of trains. So go ahead and roll your pilot check, which is agility.
Yeah, I think. Right.
While he's doing that, I'm going to respond to the SOS. And...
Oh, right, and I get a plus 20 to this.
Oh, you do? That's right.
Because Thrill Seeker.
Yeah. Good job.
See, you're actually set for this.
Yeah. I'm doing it because I gotta save lives. You're doing it because this is fucking cool. But I'm gonna respond to the comms. I'm gonna cycle through the languages I know, so English and Stall. Of like basically this is the 155th. Do you understand? Please respond. Just cycle through them. See if anyone else. See if they got something.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Alright.
Yeah,
You stick the landing
like,
perfectly.
I was just like, oh, divide by half plus 20.
Nice.
Yep. Smooth, you land perfectly angled on the slope. Your striker treads actually bite into ground, not snow, and you do a cool power slide and don't
like,
take a tumble in the snow.
throw my
Kirby can think about
hand
what
in there.
James might be doing. He will probably wait until the train stops to jump.
Right, so, yeah. Need to jump out, do we?
Well, your two player character friends have in fact jumped out while the car is still in motion. You can hear the train brakes going. If you aren't a crazy person, you could wait until it stops. I will take that as a you wait until it stops. Alright, so, when you cycle to Fleur, because, once again, French is the universal language,
Oh.
you actually get a response. Very hurried and quick. I'm not going to try and do an Italian accent doing a French accent, because that would be crazy. But, yeah, you basically get back a very hurried, this is, her rank is Sottotente, which is second lieutenant. Maris Seraphin of the Sabine Army. She explains that she is a recon officer and she is currently experiencing mobility unit failure and falling.
Oh.
Please help.
Alright, well, just continuing in Fleur. Roger that, Sototente. Hey, just give us your location and we will come to assist.
Okay. Roll awareness checks with plus 20? Yeah, it's called plus 20.
Okay, where is
Can I do it? Can I do it? I can do it. I know I'm in
Plus
Siberia.
20.
I got a plus 20.
Plus 20 to everyone, or just...
No, plus 20 to everyone, because the thing you're attempting to locate is loud.
Okay, time to see what... Again. Okay, so...
I really got to roll the right dice for what I'm doing. Don't roll both 10s. That's dumb.
That is a 6 out of 60.
Nice. 50.
Alright, I'll wait until everybody has rolled before I describe the situation.
Right.
No, 50. You're done. Bam.
Alright. Kirby, you gonna roll?
Kirby?
40 out of 40 and 6.
40 and 6.
I don't know out of what.
So no, that would be your, because you're not trained in awareness as we've established. So that would be your half perception plus 20. So I think that was 36. So you just missed it. All that James hears, because he's still in the car, is the vague echoing sound of gunfire. Guys on the ground, what you hear is the pop, pop, pop of somebody firing a pistol, and Lieutenant Seraphin comes across and says, "My position is here!" Bang, 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 bang. You look up.
Alright, cool.
There is, in the distance, very tinily, a tiny dot, which may or may not be a person, falling out of the sky.
Oh shit.
Whoa!
Possibly trailing a little bit of smoke.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Gonna have to catch her? No.
either that or we're gonna have to. Can I quit? Hang on.
The train has
let's just-
come to a halt.
Well, I said I'm rocketing toward
Yeah, no, that seems fair.
go, so I am burning. Oh, I guess I'll burn shred. I don't know what the proper term would be that for. God, and ritual magic takes actual time to use, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
Oh god. About how long did she have like in here? Like seconds?
Yeah, definitely less than a minute.
Okay, so
Catching people out of falling out of the air is not actually that safe, is it?
No.
no, because
Now it does look like she
velocity.
seems to have some control a little bit because she's kind of bobbing and weaving,
Mm-hmm.
but she's definitely in a downward spiral. Looks like she's trailing some smoke. By the way, once again,
her
for
best
purposes
bet
of-
then is we have to find.
for purposes of James, the train has stopped, so you can just get out now.
Right, he'll get down and out. Yeah.
Alright. Arthur, at least, is speeding away towards a rapidly growing dot in the sky.
yeah, definitely
Can't do spider walk. Treasure sense, magnetism.
You
Couldn't
could
I?
try and magnetize her, yes?
Yeah, but I guess could I use it to slow her fall?
Actually, are there? You guys have already pointed her, the falling lady out to James, right?
No, I'm gone.
yeah, I'm pointing it out. It's like,
Let's see.
and then I'm going.
I wonder if there's any. I don't suppose I could get any any handy plants to catch her gently.
Well,
Yeah.
what spell are you thinking of using there?
Well,
Growth.
you have to, I think, touch a plant.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some woods
and I'd need
around.
one.
I don't know if necessarily making a tree or shrub grow to catch her would necessarily be the greatest. If it looks like she's going to hit
Well,
something
at
hard, though,
the-
that would be
at-
better than nothing.
Yeah, certainly better than nothing. So,
I'm gonna
yeah.
use magnetism to basically slow her fall and pull her to me, so I can try and catch her.
Alright. Well, go ahead and make that attempt.
But in
You
the
are the
mean-
closest.
yeah.
And
So,
then
in the
Yeah, while he's doing that, yes, James, you can try and because I think growth is touch
He's gonna, but yeah, he's gonna move in and try to get below her and get some plants growing, to just kind of cushion her fall best as he can. He's not expecting it to be excellent, but he's gonna try.
Alright, well, Mr. Magnetism, you declared first, so let's see how your roll goes.
Alright, well, I'm going to spend my last point of luck and burn a core charge.
Alright.
I'm going to get that plus 40. Do I have any other handy spell things? I don't. I do have spell castings. I up to 80 something. Make sure I got a 10s and a 1 die. Good. Yeah, be that moral support, dude.
It's like just like, man, green thumbs up.
44 plus, so 84. There we go. So 6 degrees of success.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sounds like you're gonna just pull her right out of the air.
Now let me double check my magnetism. 60 meters. That's oh wait, no. I may push or pull within my will in meters. So just be within 44 meters of me. Then it's 10 times DOS.
I mean, that's still nearly 150 feet.
Yeah.
So that's quite a ways up. Alright, and then you get a maximum of 60 pull. I mean, it's shorter than your will, so I assume you're just going to grab something she's carrying metallic and pull it to you.
Well, I'm gonna grab. Well, it's like I'm pretty sure her whole
yeah, no, the moveability
striker units. I mean, not striker, her air units, metallic and whatnot,
metallic.
Right? So I'm gonna grab that and basically slow her descent to me and catch her.
All right. She's now going to roll a strength test. All right. You get her about, let's say, 30% of the way to you, about a third. When it appears that her damaged mobility unit gives out and separates, and it comes flying towards you, and she continues tumbling towards the ground.
Ah! Why?
Okay, so James is gonna try and run and get underneath her and get some plants in place to
break her fall a little.
Yeah, if he can, he's gonna try and get them to get the branches to grow so they intermesh, kind of break her fall that way, Yeah. Anyways, what do I roll for this?
Spellcraft, which is willpower. I believe you're trained in spellcraft.
And in fact, I did plus 10 on that.
Ooh, big spender.
Nice.
Alright, so you take whatever your will is and you add 10 to it, you roll under it. You can also burn charges in your Ethereum core. It starts with 10 normally. For each charge you burn, you add plus 20 to your roll. But that's also your, operating time. Your fuel, basically.
I've also got 2 points in luck. What would I add? What would I add if I did that?
All right, if you spend a point of luck, you add 20.
That is plus 20.
Yeah. And if you spend one after you roll, you can re-roll a failed test or increase your degrees of success.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of all my options here. So yeah. How many charges on the core do I have?
10.
10? I can probably
10.
spare, and it gets restocked with the train, right?
Yeah.
Or
Basically.
okay, I think I'll go ahead and spend or burn one, or spend one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's plus 30 altogether.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm aiming for 73 under 73 here. Ooh, sweet. Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Alright, wow, okay, so that's 3 degrees. A degree of success is every full 10 you succeed by. Alright. So she got
Okay,
about 14
so
meters off the ground.
So the plant instantly grows as if it had grown a number of months equal to my degrees of success. If it's already mature, then it multiplies in size.
Yeah,
equal
so
to that.
you grab a nearby tree or shrub, and in the blink of an eye, because it's only a half action, it triples in size. It actually, even though it's the middle of winter, it sprouts some new growth, so there's leaves in there.
Probably, yeah. Either whichever one is best, he would have gone for that. So yeah. Anyways, now he's just going to cross his fingers and pray for her safety, because he can't do much more than that. I can't really. Well, I suppose I could try and control the wood, but that would be different, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's probably better just to try it. Let me see. Where's my guidance for falling damage? Okay.
Does it look like she's wearing anything else metal? Is she wearing like a harness or something?
Let me check. She got a vest.
Armor vest?
Yeah.
I'll try snagging that.
Okay, it's just like
Alright.
I don't want her to
I
like
know.
soft landing or not. Like she's like.
I mean, go ahead and try.
Besides, you have that honorable thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do everything I can. I'm not just gonna be. Oh, let me just see if it's like miraculously lands in this thing. No.
I mean, he did build it like right under her.
Yeah.
It will significantly reduce the impact damage she would take. Maybe you can reduce it by more.
That's my plan.
And it's just like
Nope.
Oh, did you
I
fail
rolled
the
a 94.
spellcraft roll?
Yes, I did.
Interesting. So, you can fizzle, or you can push.
What does push do again?
You become fatigued for the remainder of the scene, and it works as if you rolled 0 degrees of success. For purposes of spells with range based on degrees of success, 0 counts as 1.
Well, she would be closer to the ground now, since she's had a little time to fall, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll push.
Alright. You become fatigued.
Yep.
Alright, and that would only count as 1 degree of success, so that's 10 meters.
Yeah, that's still 30 feet. I'll slow her fall.
Yeah. Alright, and then because of the tree, it's going to significantly reduce the damage she takes. So that's a jump off like 10 meters, so it's like 20. Reduce down, okay. Alright. Oh, and 74, no. It looks like the straps on her armor vest give out and flutter off in your direction, but you blunted her fall. She only takes, what's her toughness? 3. She takes a grand total of 1 wound falling through the shrub.
Oh, thank God.
Much girly shrieks and yelps.
And
Salami.
yeah, and then
It's
and
a
then
bee.
James is
All
yeah,
right, let's get her out of the brush.
and James is immediately gonna assess her wounds and do it. Just give her a quick treatment.
Okay, go ahead and roll medication.
Okay, so yeah, trained in it, so I get to do the full.
int.
Let's see.
The +5 from steady hand should apply.
Actually, it's +10. It's only plus
actually, yeah, that's right.
+5
+5 for
range
attacks. That's right. It's +10 for any test. That's right. I said that's right
Yep.
like 3 times in a row now. Anyway, okay.
And honestly, because I've got the ability Field Medic, she's gonna recover no matter what, I think, since all people you apply the first aid action to heal 1 wound.
Yeah, I think you just have to succeed, which you probably will.
Right. I got 50 and 1, and my intelligence is 40. My base intelligence is 43, so
Yeah, you pass.
add +10, and yeah.
Alright. She's got a couple
Scratch.
scratches on her, like, face and parts of her exposed arms and legs. Because she was rattled around and some lunatic thought it would be a good idea to pull metallic objects from people. A poor wayfish mage who's only got 30 strength and thus has a terrible chance to hold on to things.
Yeah.
That's
No
okay, though.
problem.
You saved her life a lot. Because guess what? She still would have took 2d10 falling damage instead of 1d10 divided by 2 before you yanked the vest, so it was probably a good idea.
Sweet.
So, how much? You kind of cut out there. I didn't
Sorry.
catch how much you said.
Basically, the
1d10 divided by 2.
yeah, she only took 1d10 divided by 2. Before Arthur's second pull, she would have taken 2d10 impact damage.
Ooh, ouch.
That's also still significantly less than she would have taken without the shrub, though. That would have been a lot.
Yeah, Jesus.
So yeah, we did good.
All right. You now
for the
have one upside down, slightly disheveled, scratched, though now with bandages and probably some iodine. Leaves and
But
twigs in her hair.
Yeah.
Sans mobility unit and armor. Italian mage.
They are attached.
And for the first time since they met, James actually gives Arthur a smile.
I just gives the thumbs up as I'm like trying to disengage myself from
Bailey.
armor vest and mobility unit here.
Bailey just gives a thumbs up.
I mean, it only moved like 10 meters, so the armor vest didn't make it to you.
Oh, okay.
It's lying in the snow somewhere.
Well, continue speaking floor.
At the moment, the young mage appears to be praying. She crosses herself, still upside down.
She's like literally caught in the tree.
No, I think she just came out of it upside down. She's like half embedded in a snowbank, like her legs are resting against the tree.
Okay. Well, help her to her feet. Off the hand.
Okay. She dusts off. She's wearing a flight jacket, obviously.
Mhm.
On her back is a big old radio pack. She's got some other junk.
That's all like. Now was her I can't recall if you was her. Did you say her mobility unit was smoking or she was just free falling?
No, it was smoking. You're holding it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's technical cosmetic damage. It's been banged up a little. Maybe shot. You doubt she had a midair, so... actually, it's important to note. As befitting a recon officer, it looks like she's got a camera around her neck. Which in this area is pretty big. There's handshakes and salutes all around. Mary Seraphin, nice to meet you.
It's like warrant officer of the civil lines of federal states, and I'll extend invitations to my fellow companions. It's a bit of a nasty fall there.
Yeah.
If you would like 2 companies back to our train, we can see about maybe getting
getting your equipment repaired and maybe have your story.
Sure. She kind of, holds her arms together. There's a little. Oh, it's a little cold on the ground.
Well, a rain poncho does help against cold, right? So.
Oh, she's wearing a fly jacket. Doesn't that count as cold weather here?
Yeah, it does. But yeah, I mean, she also fell in some snow, like somebody else I know. And she picks some twigs out of her hair. I hope you have coffee wherever we're going.
Of course. It's like, how else will we able to stand watches at night? Like, could a striker unit, like, theoretically, like, carry a second person? She gonna have to, like, hoof it. I don't, like, actually know how big striker units are.
I mean, you guys, she could ride piggyback. It's just your legs, though, so there's no, like, sideboards.
Okay.
She can walk back. The train's not too far.
Alright. Well, we'll just keep a slow pace, then.
Alright. As you return to the mage car, or possibly as you walk by the engine, you see the fiery-haired countenance of yonder captain poking out. Silverheart, what have you done this time?
We caught a falling star.
I do believe I was being addressed, sir, so if you would politely allow me to respond.
Sorry.
It's, like, only just a bit of strange business, Captain. Oh, man, what is your character's last name again?
Which one? There's two people here.
Curbs. Sorry, Curbs.
Yeah. His last name's Wahlberg.
Wahlberg and I merely just caught a mage falling out of the sky.
He mutters under his breath, as I said, caught a falling star.
The first one was actually more accurate.
What?
That's what she said. She said the first one was actually more accurate.
Yeah.
She's carrying a radio pack.
In any case.
She's a recon mage. Duh, void. I mean, yeah, so Captain kind of, mulls it over. Alright, well, you have a penchant for collecting strays. Lieutenant, share some salutes. Come on aboard. We'll see what we can do for your unit. Speaking of which, Silverheart, why are you holding a Sabine flying unit? Ooh, who dropped?
Did we lose? Oh, it was Curbs.
Okay,
He's back.
Okay.
Well,
Guess I'll fix her thing up.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'll just respond. Well, it came flying right at me. I thought it best not to let it go.
Angry captain noises. Alright, anyway, so
Glance.
you guys, ditch your strikers. You take a look at this thing, Bailey. You're pretty sure it's totaled, or at least as far as you can count, it's totaled. It's definitely been hit with some shrapnel or something. It looks like it's a miracle that Seraphin wasn't actually harmed.
Wow.
You could probably rebuild it, but you don't have any of the right spare parts because it's Sabine made. It's not even American. Let alone it's an air unit, and you guys are a striker unit. You're a tank mage team.
Aerial, it's foreign made. Screw darn foreigners.
You could probably do a jury rig job, but that's not something you really want to do with another mage's gear.
Especially when... Yeah.
While you think it might be fun, you probably want to talk that over with her first before you do a patch job. I assume you guys are going to sit down with Lieutenant Seraphin and talk with her.
I don't think I will. I'll just be like, your unit is total, and I wouldn't want to mess with your unit unless we have the right parts.
Oh well, I guess I'll just have to ride with you guys until I get back to base. She shrugs.
Where is your base?
Further up the line. She points in the direction you guys are going.
Yeah, very well then.
Doing air recon
Work.
with a
It works.
Scythian army detachment. She holds up the camera. Had a nasty bit of business. Was taking some recon photos, and some, mud crawler decided to try and wing my unit with AA.
Go figure.
Striker took all the shrapnel, and ran out on me. Couldn't make it all the way home.
Well, I'm glad we were here when we were.
I'm glad too. Otherwise, I would have had to land at a snowbank and be stranded here with no striker unit in the cold and no coffee.
Not to mention you would have been more heavily injured.
Probably. But that's what they run us through barrier training for. She, punches somebody lightly on the shoulder.
Alrighty. Excuse me. I am on shift, so I would need to get back into position.
Hey, you guys got a dark room?
I'm gonna blink at that, and I'm gonna be like,
It's like,
"Do we have a dark room?"
I mean, you have rooms which could be made dark. You don't explicitly have a dark room.
Well, I was like, I don't think we have one dedicated to the purpose. I'm pretty sure if you ask the captain, you may be able to rig something up, especially if it's for something that may have interest to her.
Well, of course, she's asking for a dark room, probably because she wants to get her photos
Yes.
developed.
Yes, Mr. Obvious.
Yeah. Now she shakes the camera and says, "Well, got some good shots. Might
Yeah.
as well get them developed before I get back. Can see some interesting things
that's-
out there."
I'm pretty sure the captain would like to know too. So let's have a quick word with her, and we'll see if we can get an area suited to your needs.
And it's not like a check or anything. You can go talk to the captain and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, the crazy Italian
She's
flying
dark
mage
room.
girl needs a dark room to develop her pictures. And whoever shot at her didn't like her enough that she was taking the pictures to shoot at her, so they're probably important."
And Chris cut out.
Oh, did I?
But I got the gist of what you were saying. But
yeah, just that guys who she was taking pictures of didn't like her.
yeah, that's what we're. But do that. Get her set up. I'm gonna get back in position. Do some stretching. Shake out the cold.
Mm.
It's like, why did I jump out of the train? Oh yes, lady in distress. The
Yeah.
best reason.
Okay. And actually, yeah, she just basically needs the room because the recon camera comes with a portable darkroom kit, so it's got all our chemicals and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, if only cameras didn't cost 150 MC and weighed 5 kg.
Escape from a fall. Magnetism, growth, magnetism.
Also, I don't know if you noticed when I said it earlier, but yes, she is a Magistella, in case that wasn't clear. That's why she said catching a falling star was more accurate.
Maybe once I'm off my shift, we can discuss more about being void mages and how cool we are. But for right now, I have duty. She has pictures to develop.
Okay. Rest of the train gets going again. The rest of the patrol goes okay. Let's see. Alright, it's a 45 out of 30. So development's not great, but probably passable. Anyway, yeah, so your shift ends, it's getting around dust time.
Alright. I'm gonna go seek out Lieutenant Seraphin. Bring a hot pot of coffee.
you're already down a couple cups of coffee by the time you make your way to her, as your own nightly witches have emerged and are taking a shift now.
I'll greet them warmly. Hope that the night passes without incident for them.
They greet the coffee warmly.
Go figure.
I'm like, I'll win my way in. Eventually. Night witches.
Are you sure you want to win your way into Nightingale's heart?
Eventually, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm like this is my goal now.
Okay.
One day.
Like I said, and I thought I said James was the headstrong one of the group. Yeesh.
Alright, anyway. So you talk to Seraphine, she's probably in the mage cart, chilling in a corner. She took over probably a storage area. She's got some big old black and white prints. They're a little blurry, and a couple of them appear to have been overexposed. Her darkroom setup wasn't perfect. But if you study them, which I'm sure you do, probably as she drinks coffee, it looks like it's another train track. Probably one farther south from here. You know, there are a couple places where you're on double tracks, so trains can pass each other, and there are various side rails, maintenance rails, that kind of thing, that go off the main Trans-Siberian Railway. Terrain looks like it matches maybe some maps you've seen of some area a little farther south of here, but you'd need to, roll skills to double check that. But yeah, looks like an armored train. Probably where the flak fire came from.
Does it have any markings or nationality, displaying its allegiance, nationality?
Go ahead and roll me an investigate check to investigate these pictures.
I'm gonna investigate these pictures. I need to buy.
With no need to roll. The obvious answer is no. It doesn't look like there's any. I mentioned the first session. Your train is covered with giant American flags, so everybody knows it's an American train. Please don't shoot. And now there's a troll skull on the back which says, "Please don't shoot, we kill trolls."
Of course.
And I really do need plan. At int and at half int. Excuse me.
Half per.
Oh, it's perception. Per.
Someday, people will
Someday
remember.
I do not get it. I got check this right now. Bam.
Ouch.
It's a train in Siberia. Actually, it might not even be in Siberia. You're not sure. Maybe it's in Mongolia.
It's a train, maybe in Siberia? Question mark.
But yes, at first glance, in black and white photos, like I said, they're a little blurry. You see no obvious signs of any identifying marks. It's not camouflaged in any way. It's just a big black metal train.
It's kind of ominous.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day.
Gives you a weird feeling. Gives you a little tingly feeling somewhere. You're not so sure about this train thing.
I don't like this train. I'll turn to the lieutenant. It's like, did you see any? Can't really tell from these minutes. Did you see any markings that identify this train belongs to?
Let's roll a retroactive awareness check. That's a big 78 out of 40. She shakes her head. Come on. Was a little busy, just snapped some shots, saw it moving along. Actually, the fact that it was unmarked is why I decided to take pictures. And then they shot at me.
Yeah, that's big, black, scary armed train rolling. That's not a good.
Yeah.
Flacked
around 8 right through my barrier and took out a striker, like I said.
I'm gonna see. Do we have any maps of the area, like with like any of the local?
Frick, yes, you have maps. You
Yeah,
have a whole command car.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get to the command car.
All right.
Let's try to figure out where this train was heading.
All right. Hey, guess what? It's another
What?
perception skill. Roll navigation.
Son of a bitch!
Oh, actually, on alternate, if you wanted to try and learn more about this train or identify it, that would be a tactics check, which is int, to identify military equipment.
Ah.
Alright, well, I'm gonna have the good lieutenant assist me, because I need me a goddamn bonus here.
Alright, sure. It's a skill check.
+2.
She's not actually trained in negotiation, but I don't think that matters. For quick help.
We're just staring at this map.
I'm
for
using
like
the Magic Stella pre-made stat block, so her skills, so you know, are academics, athletics, awareness, cryptography, evasion, investigation, spellcraft. And her spell list is Shocking Touch, Ether Sense, Night Vision.
Nice. But so is assisting what, a +10?
Yeah, it's +10.
Oh, it's only +10. Okay, cool. That's 26. Well, that's alright, I guess.
You know that Clinthing and Wrestling on duty, they have navigation skills.
Yeah, let me go get them.
They
That's
also
what my
have
navigation-
decent perception scores.
That's what my check tells me. Someone else should do this.
Alright, 0 degrees of success. It's definitely in the region of the border of Siberia and Mongolia. Alright.
Oh, the danger zone. Alright, I'm gonna go get someone who actually knows that lay of the land.
Alright.
Whoever's up. And active.
Well, yeah, Clinthing and Arresty are both up. Arresty's chilling in the mage car, but it appears that Warrant Officer Nightingale has taken to popping one of the top hatches and is just hanging out on the top of the train with her gun.
Cool.
You know, just chilling. I want to give her a ring.
Alright, well. I'll bring them in. It's all like, I'll ask them if they can make sense of the route and the location that this ominous black train is taking.
Ooh, nice. 10 out of 34. Alright, yes. Based on the maps and your whatchamacallit, your photographs, because you've got the rail lines marked, Kunte actually picks that, yes, it looks like there's a side rail line that goes off that joins the Chinese Northern Railway, which would be the Siamese Northern Railway in this setting, basically the one that runs through Mongolia, Manchuria, and eventually down into Sina, that region. And then it will eventually snake up, and there's a border town called Daria, which I think I mentioned before. There's a lot of warlord activity in that region. Dauria. That is the major junction point where that rail line will eventually hook back up and then hooks up to the Trans-Siberian Railway, which you were on.
Oh,
Currently, it
so
looks like the train is pointed away from you, but it's not that hard to turn around, especially the way armored train engines are designed.
Oh my gosh. Well then.
Oh.
Well,
let's-
spooky armored trains.
Yeah, spooky ominous trains. Probably spits fire and death. Great.
I mean, it at least has an anti-air gun on it, so you're not wrong.
Fire and death. So, I don't even know if the captain's awake still. Is the captain awake?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's only just after dark, if it's dark at all.
Oh. Yeah.
Actually, it's probably dark.
I'm pretty sure it's dark. This is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, inform the captain. Be all like, yeah, we got a heavy metal death train that's, just running around a bit. It's not heading towards us right now, but I'll just let that hang.
Alright, there's more angry captain noises. She kind of hands the photos back and says, Alright, well, next time we talk to anybody, we'll ask questions. See if anybody's seen any spooky, unmarked armored trains rattling around. Gonna be honest, it's probably one of the white commanders who's getting a little independent and has decided he doesn't need flags because he's got a big scary train. Now, normally that would mean that they would be our convenient allies and come to our aid if we were in distress. But, you know how this front is. Alright, so keep everybody on alert. Look for spooky trains in the woods. Not that we're going to be able to do anything if it's an actual armored train. I don't think anybody's carrying any anti-tank munitions.
I suppose we could try infiltrating it.
She kind of asks, Silverhead, you don't happen to bend steel bars with your bare hands yet, do you?
Well, in James's case, he was being sarcastic.
I know,
anyways.
but she's also probably being sarcastic when she asks Arthur if he can, bend steel bars yet.
It's all like, I'll make a kind of not quite there yet motion with my hand.
Alright, well, maybe you should get some practice. Well, we got a lot of spare steel lying around. Anyway, yep. I'll tell Captain Poke. We'll have the regular sentries keep an eye out. Nobody will want to mess with this thing, though. Just keep your heads down. Try not to do anything stupid. Don't piss anybody with a big scary armored train off. And, like I said, next time we see an allied unit or we get some intel contacts, we'll ask about it.
Alrighty.
Go to bed, Silverhide. You've had a long day.
Okay.
Didn't you get shot, 2 days ago?
I'll go catch some Z's.
Alright, everybody sleeps. Everybody who spent luck points gets luck points back.
Yay!
Right.
Now that you're up 2 mages to you're now at 14 out of 12 mage capacity in your passenger car, there's definitely hot bunking going on. That means that, when somebody's off shift out of their bed, somebody else is in their bed sleeping in it. It's getting a little crowded.
Yeah, I don't think we can handle too many more people in this train.
That, or they're gonna have to sleep with the regular soldiers.
Hey, Bailey.
What?
We have two ladies who do not have their own bunks. How about we give up our room and we just go find more comfort?
You know what you should do? You should, because you guys are lunatics who love to charge into danger, you should just string some hammocks up in the freaking cargo car.
Actually, no, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. We're doing
Totally
that.
doing that.
Alright.
Phil Seeker.
Where's my blankets? Get some hammocks. Yeah.
Just up here with all the wind.
No, it's a boxcar. It's closed up.
Yeah. Oh,
And there's a space
but-
heater. Since we played before I invented some of those items, nobody has a camp stove or anything yet.
Maybe we'll get one. But yeah, we'll just sleep in the cargo with the striker units and stuff.
Okay.
So we're there.
It's a little noisy.
If you don't like the hammock, you could also borrow James's bedroll.
I got my own.
Actually, yeah, you don't even need a hammock then. You have a bedroll. Which
No, I have a
literally
hammock.
allows you to sleep anywhere.
No, we're doing the hammock. I'm just gonna put the bedroll in the hammock, so it's just
Okay.
be more padding, more comfy.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, whatever.
I want to be gently rocked to sleep by the train, swinging me back and forth.
Alright. Yeah, sure.
Well,
Gently rock back
I
and
get
forth.
rocked, but it's not necessarily going to be gentle.
Yeah, no, it's a little noisy.
Yeah, but I will inform the captain that due to bunk concerns, that Bailey and I will just swing up some hammocks in the cargo car, so that the ladies could have their own bunks.
Well, that's downright gentlemanly of you.
I
But
know,
I don't want to hear any complaints if somebody trips over you in the dark.
We'll be flushed up against the wall, so unless someone's
Alright,
yeah,
well,
it should be fine.
I'll let everybody know So they know not to stumble over you or anything. Alright, anyway, okay. Night passes. Okay. You guys, wake up the next morning.
Yep.
You appear to have taken another stop. In a lovely little town somewhere.
Cool.
It looks like you guys had to wait for another train to pull off as you entered a single rail section.
Oh. Okay.
So basically, you were stopped up for a while. Everybody, go ahead and give me an awareness test to see if you hear some things early in the morning.
And it's half as usual because of no training, right?
Yep. Don't worry, that's real cheap to train.
What did it get? 99 out of...
Oh my god!
Yes. My dice... I just got a crit fail. 99
Bailey is still asleep.
It's like, huh? What?
Wow. I think I just got kind of lucky.
It's pretty close. 0 degrees of failure. So
Yeah.
you hear some indistinct sounds from the back of the train, but you can't quite tell what it is. You're probably farther up the train than those two guys are. Bailey is sound asleep. He hasn't even woken up yet because it's not his shift. Arthur, you're going about your business, getting some morning coffee. You hear what sounds like some angry, crazy moon language coming out of the back end of the caboose. Sounds like somebody's causing a ruckus back there.
Well,
And like I said, James, you just hear the vague sounds of a commotion towards the rear of the train.
I'll make my way to the rear of the train. Cup of
Yeah.
coffee in my hand.
James is also going to come and investigate because, yeah, it's kind of like, what the heck is going on back there?
All right. So Arthur, you arrive first.
Just call out, and it's all like, what in the name of the prophet's going on back here?
All right. A couple of your regular Joe soldiers are hanging out in the back caboose, and you come out and notice that there's a quartet, we'll say, of Fusang soldiers. There's a couple of enlisted guys just minding their own business with uniforms and rifles. There's a more senior officer who appears to be rambling and ranting at the couple of soldiers. And next to him, there is a very junior officer wearing mage markings. And also, it's probably easy to tell because she's equipped with the traditional bow, quiver, and an actual katana. The officer has a saber. She is incredibly junior. If you had to guess, you would say that she's probably about 18 or 19. And she seems very nervous about the situation. Meanwhile, one of your...
And they're speaking...
Yeah, they're speaking in Fusang right now. Well, he is anyway. Meanwhile, one of your officers... Well, not officers, one of your regular joint infantrymen kind of turns to you and says, yeah, this guy, he tried to climb on the train and pull the flag down. Because, like I said, your train is covered in giant American flags.
So, all right. Do you know why they were pulling down the flag?
No, Warrant Officer. I don't speak Fusang.
Then maybe we should find someone who can, so we can find out why.
At this point,
No
James
need to
enters
look.
the scene.
I didn't even have to spend a blood point. Yes.
Well, he's
yeah,
already making his way
James
there.
is going to speak up over here. James is going to speak up at that point, overhearing you, and say, no need to look.
James, perfect.
Alright, so you're here on scene. The officer seems to, at the moment, be muttering something about, I don't know, it's terribly disrespectful and, it's an affront to the honor of his nation that this gaudy American train is riding around with all its gaudy American flags, disrespecting his very country. Rah, rah, rah. His mustache waggles at you.
Okay.
Make me an... you can choose to make me an awareness or investigation test.
Or which ones?
Awareness and investigation. It's half per roll for you, I assume. Monsieur Arthur, you can do the same.
Okay.
As I assume you're taking a closer look at this guy.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Investigation is... well, either way, it's perception, isn't it?
Yeah, they're both per-linked. You don't have to attempt to make the test if you don't want to bother. Ooh, 15 out of 32. Alright.
I can try.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
Oh, my goodness. I just made a lucky roll.
Nice.
Oh, actually, it's a crit, so you get maximum
Yeah.
success. Alright, so both of you quickly realize, even through the language barrier that despite it being a little early in the morning, this guy is not just angry, he seems a little drunk. Hence why he's slightly irrational and annoyed and rambling. So now armed with this information and one of you understanding what he's yammering about, what do you...
Okay. So, this guy is...
May I?
Go ahead.
It's all like, I'm gonna be like, James is a warrant officer too, right?
He can be. We didn't discuss his rank.
You want to be a warrant officer, Curbs?
He's kind of a... he only has one title so far, and that is
That's
just as a mage.
I mean, you can still be a warrant officer. You are a unit specialist.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're a warrant officer now. How does it be?
It would be...
Anyway,
he would be one of the unit's warrant officers for specialist, or he would be a high-ranking NCO, like a sergeant.
Oh, do you want to be Sarge? You want to be Sarge?
Whatever fits for a medic.
Let's make you a sergeant. Let's make you knock commission because then people can just call you Doc. Yeah.
Doc Sarge.
Doc Sawbones. Whatever.
Sawbones, Doc. Yeah. Oh, hang on. What's up?
I've also been operating under the assumption that because of his specialized talents, but lack of education, that Bailey is also a sergeant.
Alright, is there space?
Because I don't think we covered that before either. That would basically make you guys the senior NCOs in the unit. And then Silverheart and Nightingale are the unit's two warrant officers. You're the two unit specialists. And the medic and the demo man are senior NCOs.
Okay, that makes sense.
Alright, anyway. Yes. What were you saying before we got off on this digression?
I was saying, I understand that this might be a bit disrespectful, but these flags serve a very unique purpose in keeping from allies and potentially enemies from shooting us out on sight. So while you might not agree with them, they make a very fine shield.
Okay. Go ahead and roll appeal.
I'm gonna roll that appeal. And I'm gonna use my honorable, because I am very honorable.
That's true. You are trying to convince him of something. 99. He challenges you to a blood duel immediately.
No. I rolled A9, so I just got a
Oh, nice.
charisma. So that's there
It's
you
like
You insult his family.
go.
it's like your mother's a.
I'm always here.
Your mother smelled of father smelled of elderberries.
Well, Well, he doesn't say that.
Or
I'm going
whatever
to
the-
assume that, once again, James will faithfully translate Arthur's impassioned appeal
Oh
and
yeah.
not slip anything in there, like your mother was a hamster.
Your father's a hamster, your father smelled of elder.
Anyway, yes, okay. Alright.
Totally mom
Um,
type. Okay.
Officer, he's a little drunkle still, so he's kind of doubtful. There's much waggling of his mustache. That's a terrible disrespect. You'd be just as good off as you had Japanese flags, whatever. But first of all, I'm realizing that you have a NCO now who speaks the language. The junior officer, the mate, will kind of jump in and be like, "Oh, Captain, of course, yes, this is a vital component of their military strategy to avoid conflict in the region. Surely that is perfectly commensurate with our..." Yeah, basically realizing that, oh god, somebody actually understands us. She tries to back up what James is saying and kind of assuage the officer, and they don't really get into an argument, but they get into kind of a back and forth. That's the enlisted guys just kind of bored.
So I'm just gonna think, like, would it be wrong for us to like was one of his complaints that we weren't flying any Fusang flags?
That's kind of what he changed his tune to. If you go tell the captain, hey, there's a crazy drunk Japanese officer out back telling us to fly Fusang flags on the train, you know that both captains are gonna be like, oh yeah? Make us! By the way, this was a legit strategy of American officers in the Siberian intervention. When confronted with people who were like, hey, it'd be a terrible shame if something happened to you, they were like, alright, let's go! Because nobody basically expected them to do this, and they were like, gee, you guys are supposed to, roll over, and they're like, come on, let's go, let's dance, we're here for a reason.
Yeah, so if we were to tell the captain or whoever,
Yes, if you go up the command chain, they're going to be like, oh yeah?
Just
Well-
all this happening well.
Let's see what they have to say to Mr. Fist, right?
Well,
I mean,
wanna
the
say-
captain had challenged. The captain's a mage, and she's a fire mage. She would challenge him to an honor duel.
No,
over
no.
the subject of a
On
king
the other
that was.
hand, if the Fusang just just quietly put up their own flag, like, would that cause like?
I mean, it probably wouldn't stay long, but no, nobody would object if you don't tell anybody. Or, I mean, you guys both. The two guys back here are not sergeants. They're privates or corporals. Watching the back of the train. If you tell them, don't tell anybody. They don't get to tell anybody.
I don't
You
know.
can't attempt to construct that statement. Yes.
I know, but like I'm honorable. I'm trying to think if that's an honorable action because I want to, have our allies believe, we're here fighting together. So yes, fly your colors, like be proud. But at the same time, I'm like, that is kind of like like going behind my own command. So I'm trying to weigh on whether that's something honorable or not.
I mean, I don't think it's not sneaky underhanded. You are a warrant officer. You have a piece of paper that says you are an officer. You are entitled to make certain decisions. It would
Okay.
be against your honorable trait to try and pass the buck if you did that. But if the
okay.
captain storms into your bunk, which is now the storage car, and is like, "Hey, Silverheart, did you let them put a Fusang flag on the back of my train?" You'd be like, "Yes, sir, I did." And they went away. What are you gonna do? Put me in lockup on the train?
You want to go?
Like, total shrugs, like, want to go?
That's
But
your
we don't
solution to everything.
No, but we don't actually have any Fusang on the train.
Yeah.
That's the
Does
problem.
anyone
I mean, they've got a
actually-
train.
I
Huh?
doubt anyone wakes up daily at all for this.
They got a
Nah.
train. I mean,
Well, they got their own train, but
what I was saying was, if you wanted to construct that polite statement to be like, well, hypothetically speaking, while it would be improper of us to place one of your flags on our train, it would not ipso facto necessarily be required of us to do anything if you put one of your flags on our train, as opposed to removing our flags from our train. Or something technical like that. If you want to try and say that...
Are we, like, saying, like, so do, like, some sort of flag exchange?
You could also phrase it like that.
Yeah, let's phrase it like that. It's like, we'd be more than happy to fly one of your flags if you would be willing to fly one of ours as a show of camaraderie.
Roll me a negotiation check.
You mean camaraderie?
Thank you. I'm horrible with words.
Well, let's see how horrible you are at negotiation.
I have luck!
You use it. Back up to full now.
So I'm gonna use it. I have negotiation trained. Thank God. Oh, well, shoot, I shouldn't have even bothered with the effing luck, but whatever.
That's why it's before you roll, you spend.
Huh?
I said that's why it's before you roll, you spend. It's like 4 degrees.
Excuse me.
Alright. So you say, oh yeah, sure, let's trade flags.
Okay.
Once again, James faithfully translates. The senior officer seems a little confused and befuddled by the situation.
Yes, good. Stay that way.
But the junior officer does seem to be able to talk him into an honorable exchange. So, yeah.
And that's what I got anyway.
There's a tiny ceremony, basically. Because you rolled pretty well in negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you come out favorably in the negotiation, so you're able to exchange small flags.
Yay.
So you add, you know, a single, like, man-portable flag. Not like a tiny, like, one-hand flag, but, you know, a moderately sized standard. Not a giant pole flag.
Okay.
And
like something you see, like, on a front porch in America?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, I know what you do.
By the way, would it be possible to avoid this a similar situation to this in the future, and perhaps politely ask the drunk to lay off the drink a little, the bottle?
I mean, if you want to roll that test, you can try and say that to him politely. Is your appeal trained?
No.
Okay, you would know because you know the language that you would have to think very hard to carefully phrase a polite way to say that, keeping in mind that you are a sergeant, he is, you know, a first lieutenant or a captain in an entirely different army.
Right.
You know, you can try it, but if you fail, there would be unfortunate consequences. He would take it very poorly.
Yay, little ceremony. Woo!
Alright, so you exchange flags quietly. The junior officer, the mage, like, she, you know, bows very deeply. There's a very, you know, formal arigato. The undercurrent is, thank you from allowing me to save face with my boss. Because he's very annoyed right now. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go back to minding him because he's higher ranked and more important than I am. Excuse me. Alright. So, they withdraw, the situation is resolved, and once again, you have a confrontation and no steel is drawn.
Woohoo!
Yay!
James
well, actually,
no,
we had a confrontation the other time, and steel was drawn. Once steel was drawn, they're like, "Oh no, that's a bad idea."
Well, that was one, but I was thinking more of the time you got shook down, and you were like, "No, it's fine. We need these supplies." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, James loves a pacifistic situation like that. So yeah, he's happy.
Cool. I will inform the cap. I will not, try and hide us from the captain. I will go and what's the word I'm looking for? Explain myself, I say it were.
Okay, she kind of nods, takes a sip of her coffee. Alright, well, if nobody notices the flag, it's not a big deal. It's not how I would resolve that situation, but nobody lost any teeth, so I guess it's fine. Everybody's
Very
happy.
good, Captain.
Nobody shot
And
anybody. The day goes on. Don't suppose you asked them about any questions about any spooky black armored trains, did you?
Moment of, I totally forgot. Are they still here?
I mean,
Have
they're
we
probably
left
still
already?
over at their train, but then now you would have to be the party of weird foreigners coming over and knocking on the side of their train to be like, "Hey, excuse us, do you know anything about crazy devil trains with guns?"
That'd be a little bit awkward, but I imagine the captain be like, that'd be a fitting punishment. Here, go make yourself, since we're such good friends.
Nah, she's probably not that venomous about it, but she's like, "Well, you know, we're gonna be here for a little while. If you wanna ask anybody any questions, take the one guy on the train who speaks their crazy moon language."
Very
You're not
good.
doing anything today, right? Also, is Brantley still sleeping? I haven't seen him.
I think he likes the cargo hold a bit too much.
Well,
He's very comfortable.
go rouse him before I find somebody to play revelry in his ear.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh dear.
All
It's
right.
good. Nobody has to find a bugle boy to bugle him awake.
All right, but I'll go rouse Bailey.
Mart's not here, actually, so
Ah.
I think he stepped out for a second. But still, she would totally make you wake him up.
I'll wake him up, and I'll request that James comes along as acting as translator.
Right. I might as well come along in case anyone gets hurt as well.
Hopefully, he doesn't have to come to that. And then we will make a round of questions about a spooky black train around the border.
Take your pick. Roll, appeal, or investigate.
Appeal.
And James, obviously, you don't have to roll anything. You can just sit back and translate if you don't want to. You can let the big fancy warrant officer pick the questions.
Yeah, he can do that until I get some actual training done.
Let's see. Just asking questions really isn't an honorable thing. It's just
Nope.
needy. So that's gonna be. I'll take a plus 10 from James being with me.
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
question,
He can offer teamwork.
but it's not gonna be enough because I got. Like 1 degree of failure. Exactly.
Alright. Okay. You ask some questions. Anybody of a low rank you talk to basically gives you the old shrug and I don't know. You were unfortunately not able to find that helpful young lady officer who was able to talk to you. You do find another non-mage lieutenant minding his own business, waiting for the train switching to get done. Yeah, you basically you talk to them. So basically what you do gather is they know armored trains that operate in this area. It's definitely not their armored train, because otherwise it would be clearly marked with the flags of Fusang, obviously. but they have no further reports. So basically, they don't go, oh, gee, an armored train, that's weird. They're like, no, there are armored trains around here. It's not our train. What of it?
Just inquiries, and we'll move on.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's basically what you get out of these guys.
I suppose I could give it a shot. I don't know. I don't think he'll get far, but we'll try.
Go for it.
I'm not gonna even bother telling you because I know I failed.
Alright. You get even more terse responses than his phrasing does, because once you start asking questions on your own and you're not clearly translating for somebody more important, i.e. an officer, they're like, whatever.
Right.
Nope, don't
But
know
yeah, I
anything.
can tell you I got at least 4 degrees of failure.
Alright, well, they're not helpful. Sounds like it's time to move it on. You can tell the captain that officially those guys don't know nothing about nobody.
Nope. They just say it's not their train, which I think is as good as we're gonna get. Time to vamonos.
Alright, you climb back on the train. The tracks are switched. Everybody rolls on out of there.
Ceremony with the Fusang, exchanging flags, just so, because I like being a nosy busybody.
Alright. Day goes by. Nothing interesting happens for the rest of the day.
Cool.
It goes into night. You guys go to your sleep shifts again.
I make sure there's coffee waiting for the girls.
I mean, it's not hard because they mostly relax either in the cargo car or one of the nearby cars when on duty. But as you guys are sleeping, at the very least, Arthur,
Mhm.
You're roused when Nightingale calls down to you. Hey, Silverheart, wake up.
I'm up.
It appears to be, you check your illuminated watch, it is the middle of the night, somewhere between the hours of 12
That's what the
and
watch
3.
says, middle of not. M-O-N.
It's freaking late, mate. Nightingale, she says to you, she's like hanging out on a ladder that leads to like a little hatch so you can pop up and look at the top of the train.
Mhm.
So you can get that full 360 view. She says, we're getting signals from behind us to pull over onto a side track.
Shite.
So
Can
yeah,
you see from what?
Your train
I'm
from behind you. Obviously, there's a train coming up behind you, going faster than you are. And if you don't want to get run over, you have to get off the main track onto a side rail. It's not that uncommon. Apparently, you guys have crossed into a. Well, actually, you were on a single track area earlier, so yeah. You're basically in a part where there's only one rail, so only one train can go a direction at a time.
Oh god, are we even close to us off rail? Shit.
Because it's a single track, there's probably enough of these little side spurs with enough frequency that it's not a huge problem. In fact, she can probably, she's got nocturnal, so she has fairly good night vision. She can even say, looks like we're starting to pull off now, and you can kind of feel the train kind of shift off to the side.
Okay. Oh wait, so I didn't actually have to go run the message. Someone already filled it.
No, but she is part of your squad, and you're right there, so she's letting you know, hey, we're getting a weird signal to basically pull over in the middle of the night. maybe you want to see
We're
or
gonna
hear
have to
this.
stop. And
Yeah.
we're gonna have to stop too, aren't we?
Yeah, no, because the spur rail doesn't go very far. It's a pull off.
It's like Nightingale, get your striker. I'm gonna get the others. Just be
Rajo.
prepared.
She says Rajo. She drops down, climbs in.
It's like I'm gonna wake up Bailey and the rest.
All right, Bailey's right there. He's
Yep.
easy to wake up.
Then I'm gonna go get the rest of the squad.
Alright.
I'll let the captain sleep.
Right.
Fair. So you basically just roused your squad.
Yeah. If something happens, I'm sure the captain will wake up. If nothing happened, I'm pretty sure the captain will appreciate not being bothered.
Yep.
I think that sounds logic.
Uh huh.
All
All right. So, yep, you're roused too. Everybody's roused up.
Everybody. So, everyone get in the striker, get geared up.
Are you having anybody basically watch outside as this passes?
Yeah, Nightingale.
Alright. She basically pops out of the roof. You can hear it go by, kind of. Because there's a huge whoosh of air. But at the same time, it seems like it's running very...
Quiet.
Yeah, quiet for a train. On your radio, so she can basically sub-vocalize because it's a throat mic. Nightingale kind of... There's a big armored train passing us by. I don't see any running lights or smoke. And it's real quiet for a train.
No kidding.
Because you guys probably have an open hatch, all of you can faintly smell a tinge of sulfur smell.
Sulfur.
So what did I miss?
There's a giant spooky ghost train passing us right now.
Oh, am I awake now?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No, we passed that. We woke you.
Arthur roused everybody.
Okay, so it's like spooky ghost train.
Yeah,
And,
Nightingale just reported on the radio. There's
any
no running lights. There's no fumes. It doesn't look like there's any sparks or anything. And it's pretty quiet for a train. You guys can only hear the faint clack of its wheels on the rails next to you, and the air whooshing by.
Aether sense.
Okay, go ahead and roll that, Chief.
I'll burn. I'm in my striker, so I'll burn a charge for make sure. I like burning charges.
Of course.
I like making my spells work.
Yeah, that's what they're there for.
Yep.
Oh my
Alright,
god,
so-
the Nerofest event titles, which are live now, by the way. It's after midnight.
Oh shoot! I gotta do
The
that.
next one. They're hilariously titled. Battle of Gojo Bridge, By the Black Flag. The advanced is The Girl Next Door, and it's Tamano Cat, St. Martha, and Boudica. And then Expert is Muscle Language with Darius, Spartacus, and Leonidas.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. I retweeted it.
All right, but I got 3 degrees of success.
All right, 30 meters. Let me check my heavy and large vehicle rules. Okay, so it's too large for you to get from where you're standing to the front of this train as it passes, because it's going by pretty fast. However, you definitely get a weird aethery tingle from this train, like it's got some residual excess mana in it as it rolls by.
No.
Like what flavor?
Oh, it's metal.
Oh, okay. I feel kinship.
Yeah,
So,
it's almost like somebody's, maybe some residual meridians have been run through a train, like it's been hit with some giant enchantment or something. you think to yourself, haha, maybe it's a golem train. That'd be crazy, huh? Oh shit, they made a giant golem train. Maybe.
Maybe. That is scary.
Yeah, no. And if you're not doing anything else but casting spells, it's gonna just roll right by you.
The only thing is to shoot at it, and I'm pretty sure, as American, it would not be a great idea.
Yeah.
America. Or not America.
This is definitely not one of those things I would shoot at.
I should probably, because she was
Can we
eyeballing-
tell?
should probably have Calanthe roll an awareness check to see if she notices anything about it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm
tactics. So, what does Nocturnal do?
It has penalties for low light, but doubles them for bright light, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think you get a +10 to activities at night.
No, it's a +10 to avoid falling unconscious.
Oh, falling unconscious. That's what it was.
You're naturally resistant to sleep. All right. So it's low light, so that's only a -5. Ooh, no, that's a 61 out of 29.
Well, since
You
I'm
have a
eyeballing,
light?
can I make an awareness test, dude?
All right, you can. You guys can poke your head out. Bailey's gonna flash it
Yeah.
with a light. So
I got a void stone.
Okay, go ahead and do that. You take no penalties for low light. Roll awareness.
Okay. My awareness is...
Oh, bad. Oh, well, not as bad, but pretty bad.
Okay, so 16 out of 40.
Yeah, I did not get that.
That
perception
is
again.
2.
Oh, there it is.
All right. In the light of your flashlight?
Void stone.
No, I mean,
Oh.
what's
It's a flashlight.
yeah?
Oh, you got a flashlight.
Bailey's got a flashlight. So in the light of your flashlight, you flash it really quick. You see proper, steel or iron plating. It's dark. You think it's a high carbon steel, so it's pretty tough. It's a proper armored train, so it's actually got the plating. It's actually got machine gun slots in the slide. You see a couple of looks mostly like cargo cars roll by. A couple of passenger cars. And it's definitely got at least one artillery car. But you kind of lean towards the front, and as you're looking out there, you see in the distance a faint reddish glow-ish from maybe the front of the train. Not like a spark light, but I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, you can definitely see the outline of a proper armored train carriage, a proper train engine. Looks like it's got a couple of big heavy cannons on turrets, and then it's got it's got a flak cannon turret on the back there too. Actually, I can show you an image of what this thing should look like.
Oh, crazy.
It looks like this asshole.
Oh. Well, fuck you, sir.
Yeah. So in the dark, that is the vague outline that you see. Blitzing through the winter night.
Okay. Yeah.
I am not ready for this.
It's like, nope. Turn off flashlight.
It's a black metal stealth magic train. No.
Oh, actually, even without passing, I will say that Conthig kind of pops down from where she was as it recedes into the dark and says, "First of all, when we wake up the captain, can we ask her if I can get an anti-tank rifle? Second of all," she pulls out a pad and pen and scribbles something down on it. "Does this name mean anything to any of you?"
What language is that?
It was the only thing written on the side of the train as it blitzed by us.
Is it Scythian?
Yeah, it was probably written in Cyrillic or something. It's a proper noun. You have a tiny Scythian mage. You could ask her if she knows what the hell that means.
Yeah, let's ask her.
Well, I didn't wake her up, but Felix should speak Scythian, shouldn't he?
I mean, he
James,
does.
James also speaks
Yeah.
Scythian.
He just tells you that it's a proper noun.
but
Identifying it would be an academics test.
Let's go ahead and give it a luck roll, huh?
Go for it.
Yeah,
It's like you've heard the legend. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna spend some luck to try and get this. So I'm not trained in academics, so that gets cut in half. But I had 20, so I believe I'm trying to beat 41. I don't think that's any good.
All right. Yep. You look for it. You think about it. You don't recall in any of your studies of the language running into this term before. It's not like a place name or a person name that you've heard of. Maybe it's something from like folklore or mythology.
Okay.
That's as best as you can guess with a couple of degrees of failure.
Right. Does anyone else? Oh.
Well, I don't want to go wake up our good mage, but as I said,
It's probably going to be a good idea to know these things, so you might want to wake her up anyways.
Well, it'll be light in a few hours. Assuming any of you feel like sleeping, you guys could knock off.
yeah, let me get some.
The train will probably take at least an hour or two. Basically, wait until they've clearly passed far enough, throw it in reverse, and basically back up all the way out of the spur, and then start going forward again.
Right. Yeah, let's. Probably should just wait.
Yeah, let's just wait.
Okay.
When get a couple hours.
I mean, you already got a couple hours.
Couple more.
All right. Everybody go back to sleep. Except for those people
but
who
let's
are already
stay up.
supposed to be awake. No, yeah, stay awake. All right.
Stay awake. Watch this train. Feel dread.
It very rapidly disappears into the distance. It is very fast for a train.
To spook. Its crew is skeletons.
Now I'm start thinking of that skeleton song.
Spooky escape. Alright, well, here's a good way to cap off the evening. Alright. As you guys are minding your own business, waiting for the train to get turned around, you hear a fearsome roar from the nearby woods. Rawr. Anybody
Rawr.
Here's
So,
a cute roar.
Arr.
It's very loud. You hear crashing and smashing sounds in the woods. What do you do?
Well, we all stayed up. We're all in our striker units.
Yeah, I'm really on strike for use. Definitely go and check it out because thrill seeker go towards the danger.
Well, I'm
Okay.
definitely going to open up our sidecar, and I'm going to point guns in that general direction.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and jump. Yeah. And
So, time for everybody's favorite words. Fear test.
Initiative up here.
Here's
Fear test first, because holy shit, it's a bear. Double holy shit, this bear is dire.
oh God, no,
Die bears.
no.
It's like a bear
okay,
scar.
so fear is a will test,
Yes.
and I get plus 10 because I'm brave.
Eh,
And you're carrying
It's
spell
will,
slot,
right?
so you can wake Arthur up when he
That
inevitably
is-
fails.
No, I refuse to fail this time.
Okay. Did you?
No,
Alright,
I got
that kinda
27
passes.
last one.
Alright, no, alright. It's fine. It's gonna be funny if Kirby's the only one who fails. Nope, he makes it. Alright.
Yay.
None of you are deeply scared of the bear. It is very large.
but it's still very that's large. It's
Bear, let's die.
Yeah. Now it is time for initiative checks, so that'll be 1d10 plus your agility mod. And your mod
Okay.
is your tens digit of your agility, if we haven't actually covered that. Let's roll for this guy. Oh joy,
How-
that's a big fat 4 he rolls.
Woo!
was and I got let's see, I rolled yeah, so 6 total. Someone's gotta be like, it's probably gonna be you guys, and then the bear, and then whoa, okay.
No, the bear
Guess
rolled a big
bear.
bear rolled 4 total. That's
oh,
plus
so
4.
it got
4 total.
so it got like a 1, then the
Yeah, no, it rolled 2 on the dice and it has a 2 agility mod. Bears aren't
okay.
fast. They are, however, huge.
Probably has like
Let's see. Let's figure out. Alright, so let's see. It's a good.
so it's the non-combat guy.
Okay, so James is first.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that there's this bear, which by the way is a large
combat
target.
stims.
This bear is about. What's a good? We'll say like 20 meters away.
Okay.
Means it's gonna get shot a lot trying to bum rush the train, but that happens when you're a bear. Because 10
Alright.
meters sounds too close. Alright, yes, sorry, Kirby, you were saying about combat stims?
Either of you two want combat stims or painkillers for the fight up ahead here? I can shoot one of you up with them.
Now I'm fine.
No.
As I said, as I cock my shotgun menacingly.
It's like
And then
I'm
you
like
eject a
pulling
shell
out
because
a
there's no
grenade.
way that you didn't already have a shell chambered after the spooky train drove by. Oops, gotta put
I'm
that
just
back in.
sitting like pulling out a grenade.
I'm seriously half expecting it to just stop and just turn cannons on us. Like, no!
And then I pull out a second grenade.
Anyways, well, the only thing I can do then, and right now, is just try getting up the willpower to shoot it.
Actually, let's see. Let me double check pacifist. Let me see what it says. It's to cause someone harm. A dire bear is not a someone. It is a horrifying dire bear. It is a creature of black ether.
This is a thing.
You still take a minus 20 to your roll, but you don't have to make a will test to shoot at it. Much like you, I will tell you now, should you run into a demon, you wouldn't have to roll a willpower test to shoot it. You'd still take a penalty because you don't like attacking things, but that's not like, oh, this is another person, I don't want to do them harm. That's a, oh geez, it's a demon, it's gonna eat my face.
Well, anyways, yeah, 84. I definitely didn't make the shot, so yeah.
Alright, well, oh wait, no, it's slow. Well, you could've... Actually, no, you probably would have spent a half action to get your gun out, and then you shoot. Bang! Goes in the snow somewhere.
Yeah. James isn't used to aiming his gun at anyone, so yeah.
Alright. Well, Arthur. The medic gave it a warning shot.
I don't think, not to be disrespectful, but I don't think dire creatures get warning shots. So I'm gonna cast. It is a dire bear, so I'm gonna cast Temper on my armor.
Okay, probably a smart move.
And I'm gonna burn a core charge.
That's fair.
Jesus Christ, bear.
There.
Just regular bear is. Oh God, no. Now we're gonna like dire bear. So let's square that. Oh God, no. So let me roll.
Yeah, see, this is the one random encounter I really wanted to roll.
Aren't you lucky?
And I did. You guys are gonna have fun. I recommend you start chipping at it before it gets in melee range.
And it's...
Also, deal big damage.
So that's 5. No. Yeah, 5. No, 4. 4? 4?
Yeah, it would be 5.
Yeah, 4 degrees of success. Oh, it would be 5? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't math sometimes. So 5 for my armor, so...
Yeah, that's fine.
Increases my armor values by 4. Oh wow, that's pretty nice. So now I'm rocking minimum 6 armor to all places.
You reinforce your armor.
Yeah.
Cool lines draw all over it.
And I'm going to take my hidden run action, so I'm going to shoot it, and then I'm going to move towards it.
Okay. Alright, it's at 20 meters.
Let's see, I'm using my trench gun, which has the range of 6 to 33, so I am, just...
In your good old normal range.
Regular. Good old normal range. No modifiers, I don't think. Is it a large target?
Actually, yes, it is. It's a large target. Plus 10.
Plus 10, okay. Oh, okay. Crits 1 to 3, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
That does something special with actual attacks.
So that's 1.
Alright, so maximum is 5 degrees. Not that mad. Let's see, hang on. Let's see, we'll use his... he's not trained in evasion, but he might as well try. Wow.
Epic bear dodge?
Yeah, it rolls an Op 3 to evade.
Wow.
Wow.
Epic bear dodge.
It's like... It's just like
yeah,
totally
you've never
not
seen
fair.
a bear, let alone a giant bear covered in spikes, sidestep before. But, holy God, it just hops to the left, and your buckshot just goes sailing downrange into a tree. Right where its
How
head
does
would
a
be.
slow bear... How does a slow bear side stuff so fast?
That feels kind of unfair, honestly.
I don't think it's unfair. I think it's crazy. I don't think it's unfair.
Crazy.
Alright, he rolled the crit to evade.
I rolled the crit to hit. He rolled the crit to evade. I mean, fair is fair. It's just he's a bear. I'm still gonna go charge into it.
Alright, well you get a move
bear.
action, but you got a half action left, so you move base move? What's your base move?
Base
are in
move
strikers.
is I am in striker. So 6, because I only have a 3 agility modifier.
Yeah, that goes 5 because you got cold-blooded gear.
Oh yeah.
You hop 5 meters forward.
Come at me, Brer.
Oh, we'll get to that. Anyway, yeah, Bailey, you're up.
Okay. This is right. Have a strength. Okay. Technically, I can't even hit right now with the grenade.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. Because your long range is strength mod times 4.
Yeah, so it's 12. That would still leave 8 meters. And I think even with a base movement of 6, it would still be short.
Yeah, it'd still be short a couple meters.
So, right.
You own guns, I assume.
Yeah, I do. I think it would actually have been.
I mean,
I
you would
think-
know you couldn't throw that far.
Yeah, so I would probably have my SMG out already.
Mhm.
So, first, do a half action to cast. Let's see, what am I going to cast? Oh, yeah, question. Do magic ground things like cancel each other out and like one replace another? Or do
Yeah, they replace. They don't stack.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just thinking about this. I'm going to go for explosive rounds.
Alright.
Half action for explosion.
Hey, go ahead and roll that spellcasting check.
Okay. And I want to. What does this? Okay. Time to do this. I'm going to spend a core charge.
Hmm.
Oh. Then I'll spend a point of luck. Actually, wait, why? No, I won't spend a point of luck. I want to spend it on the other thing. So that means so that is 4 degrees of success. So that gives me explosive rounds with a blast rating of 4.
Yep.
Okay. And then since I think the only other thing I can do is fire, since I think full auto is just,
Yeah, it's a full action.
yeah, so I'll just fire.
Alright, you'll take a single shot. Go ahead and roll.
Yes.
Bang.
Bang. Okay, this is where I'm going to spend a luck point. Because, dang, bear. Oh, yeah, and I need to remember to take hands, so that's plus 5 for my hat. And that is.
Wow. Okay.
That would be a critical,
Success.
wouldn't it?
Yep. Oh shit! I gotta come up with a ruling. Does that mean damage is 4x? I guess it would be. Because a critical doubles damage before DR, and direct hit with blast weapons doubles damage before DR. So I think it's X4 damage. So go ahead and roll. Roll your damage.
Okay, so it's just like times 4 whatever I roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see what I. Okay, so my. Okay, so it's just 1d10 plus 2. That is. So 9 total for my roll.
Okay.
That'd be 36 total.
Times
No.
4.
Is that
yeah.
okay? Did you
So I
roll
got
a 9
7.
total?
No, I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Plus,
So that becomes
and then
9.
I
So
have
that does go times 4. All right. I was just making sure. It was unclear.
So
It's
36.
7. So 7 plus 2 because that's SMG.
Yeah.
Thing. But I guess it's just the times 4 times whatever the rolled amount is.
No, it's times 4 the total.
Okay.
So that becomes 36. Alright, wow. You actually do serious damage to this creature.
It's like, nope. All of the.
What is my new special damage rule? I think you do special damage automatically if you roll over half its wounds. Special weapon damage. Yes, okay. If you deal more than half a target's wounds in a single attack, which you did, so roll 3d10 plus 5. What was your original attack roll? Oh, I 1, so that becomes 10.
Becomes 10?
Yeah, you flip the actual number you roll to get the hit the cushion number,
Okay.
which is still the head.
Okay, so that is 21 plus 5 is 26.
Okay. Shrapnel from your exploding bullet strike it in the ear and take a chunk of its ear out, causing it to bleed slightly. It now has +3 bleed. Which is not great because it now has a cloud of toxic vapor around it. But it is bleeding, and that's bad for it.
Now it's its turn.
Yes, it is. And now it's time to look up the charge attack. Agility mod times 3. That's only 6 meters. Dash. Alright. Okay, so it dashes. It pushes up 8 meters. That's its action.
It's my turn then?
Yep.
I think I'll have James move up so he's a little closer to Arthur. And yeah. I'm just not sure what to do here. I think I'll actually, this probably don't want to try parrying an attack by this thing. If it comes to that. But
So.
yeah, only thing I can think to do right now is just catch up with Arthur.
Alright.
There's no real point in trying to shoot it.
What's your base movement?
It's agility mod plus 3, you said?
No, what's your agility mod?
It is 3.
Okay. So, yes, alright, that would be doubled. I assume you've got... Actually, do you have cold weather gear on? Or are you using something else?
It's cold weather. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that reduces your base movement by 1, so you move 5. So you can move right up next to Arthur as a half action.
Can I enchant his weapon? Weapons and bullets?
No, I don't think so.
Too bad. I think I'll go ahead and just switch weapons, put away the gun, and pull out the quarterstaff, just in case it's needed.
Okay. Alright. Alright, well, Arthur, it's used now.
It's me's now. I'm gonna start.
It pushed up 12.
And it has
No, 8, sorry.
So,
eight.
poisonous vapor around it.
Yes.
alright, trying to think. Alright, wait, I've shot one round. I need to remember that. How far is it right now? From me?
Let's see, it
moved
started
up
at 20.
8,
You moved
and
to
you moved up
5, so it was at 15, so it's about 7 away, because it moved up 8.
Alright, well, my armor is buffed. I could get out my sword. But... Nah. Real quick, what's the rule on changing a spell casting to making it faster by 1 step for like a half action to a free? How does that work?
You take a minus 20 to shortcut.
Alright, well, I'm gonna burn a charge and shortcut. Stunning rounds for my trench gun.
Alright.
So, coming out even, so I need under a 44. I got a 10. So that's 3 degrees of success for,
So it loses 3 actions if it gets stunned.
Yeah.
Right, that was
with,
1/2. Actually, no, that was free, right?
That was free, yep. And then with 1/2 action, I'm going to cool down my gas mask.
Alright, smart.
And with my last half action, I'm going to shoot it.
Alright.
Again.
Bang!
Bang!
Roll to bang.
Large target. Plus 10. 26. Out of what? Oh wait, let me write down this real quick. So I remember. And then 26 out of the 1. So that's 2 degrees of success.
Alright. Actually, nah, it'll take the hit. It'll save its evade for the scary version.
Alright. Then it needs to make its toughness test.
No. After damage, you do a toughness test.
Oh, after damage. Okay. Do I forget, do I do special damage on a 10?
Yes. Also on a 9.
Alright. Oh, also on a 9? Well,
It's critical.
I rolled a 10 for a 19 damage total. Oh yeah, because I have critical, that's right.
Alright, well, you don't need to total all that. Because you got 19 total?
Yep, max
Okay.
damage.
Yeah, that's right, max damage. That actually polishes it off. You get it right in the mouth. It's got a DR of 12, but some lunatic did 36 damage
Yes.
and left it with
Then
4
plus-
wounds.
Then,
Oh,
right.
okay.
Plus another
Yeah, it was bad.
26. Yeah.
It had 28 wounds. Some guy did 24 in one go.
Good job.
Yeah.
Aha!
So congratulations,
That is-
you killed the dire bear.
We shall add its skull to our wall.
After
Oh,
it stops
skulls.
bleeding poison.
Yeah.
Yes.
So remember with the gas mask though. Alright, so we've been going for over 3 hours. I think we're gonna call the session here. The next part will
Right.
be, maybe next week, we'll be investigating our yonder, armored train and all those other various things and stuffs and bobs. Any questions, comments, or suggestions? Everybody have fun?
I had fun.
I definitely had fun. I got to use explosive rounds.
Yeah. Explosive rounds are really
super
good.
effective. That was really effective. Like, holy shit.
Well, I mean, you also crit, so you did double damage, and then your blast weapons, the whole point is it does double damage.
So it's like times. At least there's no other times multiplayers on there.
Now I'm gonna add Dire Bear to my list of kids.
Yep.
That's all.
Great.
With a trench gun.
Yeah. You're pretty good with that trench gun. You've got... Is it just the heavy barrel on it?
I got the heavy barrel and the vertical grip.
Okay. I was thinking mostly damage bots. Yeah, okay. It's not a magnum shotgun. Yet.
Like, I was thinking it, but I didn't know how much overkill I wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, you
I
do
might-
pretty decent overkill. You took that guy out with max damage. I thought this was actually going to be really tough because if it's, 12 damage reduction, which pen doesn't affect because it's all toughness.
Mhm.
But actually, no, you did pretty good. You had the right tools for the job.
Yay.
I'm going to say the usual 200 XP here.
Sweet.
You guys did pretty good. You solved a lot of problems. You didn't get in any fights. And then I randomly caused a fight with a bear.
Great.
Fair.
By the way, that would have been bad. It does 1d10 plus 5 damage with its claws with pen 4, which are
okay.
natural, devastating, and toxic.
Oh.
It has a 55 strength and a 50 warfare melee. Intimidation plus 10, grappling, other fun things.
Yeah, that's no. Make it stop. Oh, I could get warp metal if I want. I don't know if I want warp metal. Not right now.
Okay, so how much was it?
200. 200.
Okay. Good. Goody gun drops.
Yeah, more stuff, yay.
I could get
Also
corrals.
kill bear. Corrals is pretty cheap. You know what else is cheap? Awareness. Awareness is cheap. Only 50 XPs. On the other hand, I can't really fault, missing a basic skill because James is a character who was apparently pushed up to plus 10 in Spellcraft already. He's really good.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, yeah. So we'll probably get back to this next week. This
Yay.
recording is already really long, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it. Everybody have
I'm
fun.
Team Dragon Breath.
Oh god, now you can breathe fire. Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, that's what you need. Also, yeah, that'll totally stop the evil golem train from getting